right.
I was thinking about just doing this the whole time.
I'm so glad you actually did. Everyone's going to be like filing in because they haven't seen you in a while.
I know. We can fix that.
Hi, everyone. How goes it? Default back to normal.
Yeah, I really want to try to get on stream more often. And for anyone who's wondering on here why I don't stream as often as Levi does, one, I think you would agree you have more time to stream than I do. Yeah, secondly, streaming to me when I don't have someone else to talk to is like the most foreign experience for me because
I told y'all. I told y'all because he said this in other streams before. Yeah, because there were some questions of like, you know, why you're not.
I do improv. So when I'm talking, I'm used to people being there to respond. And when it's just text on the screen, I'm kind of like, I don't know how to do this. And it just makes me uncomfortable. So I need to get more used to it. Rogue 53, I don't think I added Levi's channel as a destination.
Don't worry about it.
But I just did.
Oh.
So it'll be on his channel in a moment. So you can go watch wherever you want.
As Levi was saying, yeah.
There's a lot more people from Twitch than I usually. Granted, I'm not on here that often, but I'm seeing a lot more Twitch icons than I usually do.
Yes, because I had asked everyone every time I was going live because I realized what was going on, why we weren't affiliated yet, despite the fact that we have, honestly, on average, at this point,
thanks, Jimmy.
I average about 25 to 30 people throughout the live. The high point being 45 to 50. And that's during the morning streams or and even the night streams. So I was like, okay, we need people over here on Twitch. And we still need it to get partner, but I'm less concerned with partner than I am affiliate because like affiliate is so much easier. And for everyone that might not know, we did get affiliate. I actually want to look at what it looks like right now.
I haven't activated it yet. I need to do that. So let me do that right now while I am here. Because I don't have Twitch logged in on my computer, so I couldn't on my phone rather, so I couldn't do it from my phone earlier anyways. There's this super cool, like medieval. See, okay, look at this screen real quick. I just want to show this to everybody. I'm gonna zoom in on this.
You'd like Sea of Thieves, by the way.
What?
I think you'd enjoy Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves? Okay. But take a look at this image. Don't you now want to watch an anime in this world? It looks like a fun little fantasy world, like a warrior, and a rogue, and a dwarven barbarian maybe, and a mage, and then some weird knight with a lance that's way too thick at the bottom over here in the corner, with crazy Harry Potter owls delivering letters. And the Twitch castle, I want to see that as an anime.
That's cool. What's the next video going to be about? Who's getting the next support? Okay, so that is stuff that I wanted to talk with Chris about originally. As I mentioned to everyone, I was going to work on some of that stuff today. I've been having, as you guys know, and Chris knows, I've just been. It went from being sick to having an issue with plumbing to I'm just kind of wiped.
That is totally a dwarven beer cleric. That Stephen Lockie, that's gonna have to be a quote in a video. Hold on, I gotta write that down.
But
don't know how we're using it yet.
Chris is gonna be working on get rid of this shine on my head real quick. Chris is gonna be. Yeah, mine looks like a halo because I have hair. Doesn't look like. Well, yours just kind of. He's gonna pop off.
Don't make me redirect the laser to you. But go ahead and say what you're saying. I'm sorry.
Chris is going to be working on getting the affiliate all set up so that we can turn it on. Now, I made it specifically because I've watched a lot of the like really large Twitch advice. There will be no pre-rolls on Twitch. For the first 30 minutes of the stream, there will be no ads. And then from there, there's going to be ads every 30 minutes. It's not letting me choose like how long and like specifically how long I can make them. If I wanted to do, let's say a 5-minute ad, so take a 5-minute break, it winds up putting it down, run a 1.5-minute ad break every 18 minutes. And that's not what I want.
Right. I got distracted and forgot that I was setting up the affiliate thing. I was like, what was I supposed to be doing?
So instead, what it does is it's how many minutes of video ads do you want per hour? 3 minutes. 1.5-minute ad break every 30 minutes. It's the best I can do for now. I also have it set up so it will let us know 5 minutes before the ad starts. When an ad break is about to start, it'll be a stream manager notification. There's going to be a lot of things with Twitch streaming that's going to be different than our overall streaming experience. Now, there's going to be 2 versions of the Twitch stream too. There's going to be, this version where me and Chris just sit here, chat, have fun, and we're not concerned with all the stuff on Twitch. We're just going to be, because it'll be everywhere. And then we're discussing like how often and what to stream on Twitch exclusively. Now, that being said, those streams are going to be different. Those streams are going to be different because since it will be Twitch only, we really should go through an OBS or Stream Manager or something like that. That we can, customize what the screen looks like 100%. StreamYard isn't there yet. I say yet because they are working on that. StreamYard has lost access to your Twitch account, by the way.
I know. I'm in the middle of setting up 2-factor authentication. I didn't know that it was going to do that. I have to scan a QR code.
And it logged me out too.
Of Twitch?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We'll figure it out in a minute.
Jimmy, the Twitch channel name is villain_support.
If you can let people know that we're working on getting that back up and running.
How do I let them know?
Not you. I was asking Jimmy.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know how to do that.
Anyone that's in the YouTube chat, just let them know that like we're working on it. I don't need access. He needs access. I can get access after the fact.
How do I scan a QR code?
How you doing, Toa? How you doing? I've got messages of things that are arriving. By the way, you should be getting a Gundam here soon. Gunpla.
I should be getting a Gundam soon?
I believe so. I think Toa sent one to each of us.
I'm not opposed
we've got
to a
T
Gundam.
Getting sent to us as well.
I like Gundams. Yeah, so it's going to send it to my Google Authenticator whenever you go live. All you got to do, honestly, is just shoot me a message 5-10 minutes in advance. Say I'm going to be going live, and just let me know, and I'll shoot the code to you.
Except for when I go live at like 10, 11 o'clock at night, randomly. Just don't go live on Twitch.
Right? Or
go live through here as long as it allows it.
Maybe. You know what? I'm going to modify the Authenticator app so we both have access to it. 1 second here. It asked me to download Authy. I'll do that. And then we'll both have access. Because right now I'm using Google Authenticator, and I just don't want to give you access to my entire Google account. I trust you, but at the same time, no. Mine.
Let me say something that you're not going to like. I already have access to most of your stuff. I just don't use it. For those that are wondering, when you do content creation, there is a lot of sensitive data, and a lot of times that gets tied in with personal stuff, whether you like it or not. And as a manager, I have access to a lot of that stuff. So if you ever get offered a job as a stream manager, you better prove yourself trustworthy, because a lot of it is illegal. And if I hadn't, and I didn't know a lot of like the stuff that would be illegal if I accidentally did, or let's say my account gets hacked and they get backdoor access. The reason why, like, I'm on the ball with talking to Chris, like, is that you? Was that you? Is that you? It's specifically
because a lot more sense, because I honestly, not every time, but there'd be times that I'd be just doing something like normal, and I'd be like, of course it's me, and then I'm like, well, he doesn't know that.
I do not. And the last thing I want is Chris. I know Chris wouldn't think it was me doing random shit, but it's still the last thing I want. And it's like, is somebody taking a hold of our accounts? And Chris has the same access to my accounts that I have access to his. If he really wanted and knew what he was looking for, he could access my accounts. That's how much we trust each other. But there's also that fact of like, it was necessary for the level of stuff that we wanted me to do.
Yeah.
Versus a normal manager, which there's a lot of things a normal manager can't do. No, Preston. We have barriers. The curse gets reflected. I apologize. Don't forget to have an Acme Day. Have an Acme Day as product of villain. Have an Acme Day. We'll retroactively build your account. Have an Acme Day. How do you like the new mic, by the way?
I didn't notice it sounded any different.
Yeah, that's what I've been told.
Cool.
Where we have it and everything located, it's pretty good right now. Chris is working on getting it all fixed and added, and be able to move forward from there. And are we still live on Twitch, or did it end the stream?
Somebody said we still see you on Twitch.
Weird.
That was Jack Sparrow, but said it from YouTube.
So we can't see it, but we're still live. That's good.
Okay.
We just can't see anybody's comments or anything like that right now. What's 12 years? The 12-year timeout will be your warning. 12-year. Okay. If somebody Preston, it doesn't matter. Only need one Acme bill a day. You probably don't even want one. So in lore, the Acme Day means two things. One, it's had the best day possible. That's just what it means. The villain company is just charging you for that. And it's $99.99, 100 installments of $99.99. It's such a ridiculous price. And it is nice to know that we're large enough that people want lore. It's just doing it in a way that other people get interested and want to know what's going on is the challenge currently. Preston, we're not saying you guys have to go to Twitch. There's going to be a Twitch-only experience, is what we're saying. So we're not sure what the streams are going to be, how often they're going to be. We're going to be discussing that today. On top of that, we're going to be discussing like how we want to go about it. Like, I can set up OBS and I can walk Chris through setting OBS. What I don't want to do is Chris wants to go stream, but I'm not available, and he goes to open OBS, and because OBS had an update, everything broke, and now he can't go stream. Because he doesn't want to sit there and do the troubleshooting, and I don't blame him, because even I wouldn't. I would honestly just be like, I'm not streaming today because OBS broke. So I don't want that to be a thing. But also, the only other option that we have to realistically do the type of streaming that we do and have it be convenient is through, pardon me, Streamlabs or Stream Elements. Now, Stream Elements is the free version, and it's not bad. We had everything set up on there for a little while, but we found that the paid version of Streamlabs was much better. The problem is that it's like $150 a year. I'm not entirely sure.
Let's to be completely honest.
Now that
that is like that's $12 and $12.10 a month or something like that.
Yeah,
which really isn't that bad.
Yeah, I can justify that now. When we were first streaming, it really wasn't a viable option.
No, I mean we were making $600 a month total between the two of us, and it was just it didn't make any sense.
So we can afford the investment and then get everything set up so that like we each have our own unique one. We have one where we're together and chatting. We can work on that.
All right. So the two-factor authentication thing, everything on all of these is set up on phone numbers as your authentication method. So this one also is going to require me having access to it. We can talk later about how to get you access without having issues. Artley9, are you in the Southeast? Because I'm in upstate South Carolina, and we had severe storms. We didn't have tornadoes, but I mean it was pretty crazy early this morning.
Artley's in Germany, if I remember correctly.
Artley's in Germany?
I think it is.
Oh, Southeast, yeah.
Never mind. Wrong person. Never mind. You have a name of someone who follows me on elsewhere. Like the exact. All right.
Ooh, we got new emotes for enabling two-factor authentication.
Nice. One of the other things
is
we'll be able to create emotes specific for Twitch. We'll be able to do things on the bits. It's a lot of things to talk about. Have you watched a lot of Twitch streamers? I
have not.
Okay, so we're gonna do this for a moment because like it's bugging me. Maybe I shouldn't do that because like I got food on my beard. We're gonna go back here.
What is turbo?
Is
it like Nitro for Discord or
possibly? Give me a moment here.
There's a button that says "Go ad free for free," and when you mouse over it, it says turbo.
I would look that up real quick because I don't know if that's ad free for us watching Twitch. But
let me remove Twitch and then put it back on the stream, and maybe that'll fix it right now. Hold on. And then Twitchy, save changes, reconnect to destination. Yep. Come on.
I'm gonna try to log in.
Hold on, I'm logging us in right now. Let me get the authenticator token. Stop it, phone. All right. All right, so you'll have an option to remember this thing for 30 days, so you won't have to log in every time.
Yeah, so that'll be great. Do I not have
StreamYard is connected now, should be for 30 days. At least on my side. Yeah, okay. I'm setting it up right now. I'm re-adding it right now.
I know, yeah, that's not like I'm trying to like get logged in on my side so I can like manage and do ads.
We're back on.
Okay,
we're back on, and I'm already seeing Twitch comments. We live, Captain Jack Sparrow. There we go. Yeah, it took. I didn't realize that setting up two-factor authentication. Now that I think about it, it makes sense that it would kick us off the platform while we're doing that, but I didn't think about that before I did it.
Okay, I need you to send me the code from the authenticator.
All right, I'm going to send it in the private chat real quick.
No. Just send it on Discord.
Oh, okay.
That way it doesn't accidentally go somewhere it's not supposed to be.
I'm working on it. It's taking me a second. You have 23 seconds to type that in.
Where did you send it?
On the general tab in our Discord.
Oh. I meant like private message, but that works. There we go. And I had to remember the computer for 30 days. So those two are taken care of. And then when we go to do the manager stuff on Streamlabs and get that set up, we'll do that same thing. 30 days. We don't have to worry about it. I was purple before I got booted. I'm sorry.
So we got our monetization tab now. Okay, cool. All right. That works.
So now we can got to go to the creator dashboard. So now I can look at bits, get started. Here we go. You can look at the payout registration and all that stuff.
Yep.
Go ahead.
So while you're looking at that, I got some cool news for everybody. Next, I made a friend here in the area. Actually, I met him at the Norse Forge Gathering in May of last year, and we've been talking. And I've been playing D&D at his house every once in a while with him and with, if you guys know who Well and Septic Life is on TikTok and YouTube, he owns Well and Septic Company. He's freaking hilarious. He's there for those games too. Anyways, the friend of mine who lives near here is pretty big in the gaming industry as far as like being a game designer and game publisher and stuff like that. And so I'm going to an event called Gamma, which is the Game Manufacturers Association, next week. So I'm leaving a week from today. I'll be gone for a week, and I'm going to be meeting with manufacturers, game publishers, etc., to talk to them about us creating videos for them and partnering with them, but also ideas that I have. And Levi, if you have ideas for games as well, we can link those in also. But meeting people in the industry to kind of really dive deep into the board gaming industry, board games and TTRPG industry, to make some really good context there for us. So that should be, I'm really excited about that.
I used to have ideas for games when I was a kid all the time. More recently, like not so much. Like I would have an idea every now and then it would flutter away before I could ever like.
It's nothing you have to do, but if you do have an idea, also, his kid's 14 or 15, I think 15. And his kid does design for him, helps design products that they sell there because he goes to booths and has a booth and everything. He goes to conventions and has a booth, etc. We're gonna, one of my kids is very artistic, so we're gonna, connect with him about getting my kid the opportunity to help do some design. But I also know that Raven and Ryu are very, very talented when it comes to art and design. So hopefully, what I don't want to do is make too many requests and not give enough back. But as time goes on, I would love to connect them as well, because it might be an opportunity for them to get into that sphere as well.
Yeah, I went to go look at it, and yes, it is a little bit glitchy right now. I don't know what's going on. Chris, right now, what I need you to do is go to the monetization tab on Twitch.
Yep.
Go to bits and sharing. I can't do anything else on there until after you filled out that information.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So,
doing it right now.
Yes, Captain, we are working on bits right now. Here's the great thing. My spouse has done a lot of stuff on Twitch, and I've streamed on Twitch before myself. I have my own Twitch account. Technically speaking, if I went and streamed on there, I think I have enough subscribers that if I just put in the hours and everything, I could get monetized on Twitch on my own personal account. It's just, as I mentioned to everyone before, I'm more focused on, building up villain support than I am my own personal channels at the moment, for a couple of reasons. One, once I know villain support is at the level of where we pretty much have to have an editor because we're busy writing and acting and directing and all that stuff. That's my point, to be able to not edit those videos and go and like spend more time on my channel, because hopefully around that point we'll be at like 1 million subscribers.
Okay.
That's enough for me to be able to step back and hand rolls off to other people that I would otherwise be doing myself. And that would free up time for me to focus on my own personal channel and do more drama series. And that's assuming that we don't just wrap everything I do on my channel into villain support at that point too. We have you guys were asking what type of videos that we wanted to do. There are a bunch of Reddit stories that I've seen people do, but no one's turning them into like full skits.
Oh, I wanted that so bad.
Yeah. And so what I'm going to do is like, because on my channel, I wanted to read the stories, but I want to act them out. And that's not something I really want to do on my channel, because I prefer to have multiple people if I can. And so, and the thing is, like, these Reddit stories, they're good most of the time, the ones I come across, but they need to be rewritten in a way of to do skits. That's something I'm really good at.
Yeah. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. I joined like kind of like a small group of people who have followings much smaller than we do, who make a lot more online. They're full-time creators through brand deals, affiliates, and stuff like that. Getting a chance to pick their brains. And one of the guys made the comment that what he's found has been best for him and people he's helped is to have what he calls 5 buckets. Those 5 buckets are different types of content that you make that are for your fans. So like villain support videos, we could add building out Reddit posts as sketches as one of those, etc. And then the last one is non-channel content videos. So like life updates, things about I'm going to conventions, I've partnered with this company, we can get you this X discount, etc. But have a mix of those 5 pieces of content on your channel and make it obvious to people, like what Viva La Dirt League does, where you see on their channel, you see like they post it and you know if it's a D&D sketch or if it's the people who work in the tech support thing sketch really quickly on, and people enjoy all of those things versus only being there for one type of thing.
Yeah. And so the cool thing is like I would say the live streams would be in that, regardless of whether they're the breakfast stream. Like the live streams, honestly, have their own bracket and their own thing, because they're much different than like the normal content. So I do a breakfast stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday now. And it's popular enough that we got monetized, right? That is the reason why we got monetized on Twitch 100%. Because I was starting to ask people while I was live, hey, can you go to Twitch? Let's talk over there and whatnot. And we were able to, utilizing the audience that we have across the board, get people over there and watch. And I'm live about 1.5 hours, 2 hours on average. And we're just cooking food, making sure everyone's eating. Speaking of checking in, everyone, since I'm eating, have you all eaten yet?
Yes, I had a giant freaking sandwich and I'm drinking a coffee right now. I grabbed 2 low-carb tortillas, put 1 tortilla down, piece of cheese, 2 pieces of turkey, 4 egg omelet, 2 pieces of, oh, sorry, I lied. Tortilla, piece of cheese, 2 pieces of turkey, piece of cheese, 4 egg omelet, piece of cheese, 2 pieces of turkey, piece of cheese, other tortilla.
Jesus, that's a lot of protein.
Jesus is the correct word. Yeah, it was freaking delicious.
And I was struggling with eating myself, cooking a burrito, tried to get food, but I'm more in so yeah, I was having trouble eating, and I knew I needed to eat because I hadn't eaten anything yet, and I knew we were going to go live. The reason we went live when we did is because like I was still warming up food. It's basically taters, a protein, corn, and some flavoring.
Taters. What's taters, precious?
Taters, precious. I can't do that one right now. And then of course tea, but I ran out of tea. Gonna ask my kiddo to bring me down some tea. I think I have some sugar on. Yeah, I got sugar, so we're good there.
What the hell? You know what? It helps to type in your freaking federal tax ID correctly. I'm sitting there going, why isn't it working? And I have two numbers transposed. That's why it's not working.
One of the things that's bothering me and Raven right now, this is just a random tidbit of information. Raven earned a bunch of money. For anyone here, way back when, you guys might have remembered that I was like, hey, my kiddo is into like helping film and whatnot. And they earned like $400 of the income that I generated from the video that they helped with. The problem with this is that they kept like $120 in cash. The rest of it did go, either got spent or went into savings. They can't find the 120 in cash.
Oh no. Since
the move, like we know we had it after the move because they did find it after the move, and then it's gone, it's disappeared, and they can't find it. So ADHD tip of the day: if you're like us and you need to have cash on hand so you don't actively spend it, get yourself a lockbox. That lockbox exists in a specific spot. Now, because we moved, things have changed a little bit. But get yourself a lockbox. That lockbox exists in a specific spot. And that's where your money goes. It doesn't matter what the lockbox looks like. Just a money area. And that's where your money goes. And it doesn't get moved. It doesn't have anything happen to it. That's where it goes. So one of the things I mentioned, sorry, as tidbit, while you're working on that on Twitch, and then we can go back to talking about Twitch, because honestly, until he's done, I don't want to talk about Twitch because I have to go and I have to look into the bits and stuff. Gary the Broke Vampire drinks a stoned, somebody who's stoned, somebody who's high. And the only way that this works is with the voice. So one of the things that I think the reason why the voice didn't work for you is two reasons why. One, I had trouble utilizing the words because it was trying to remember actively what words we needed to have in there, and I needed more practice, and we didn't have time to have me practice constantly, right? But the people who've seen the video, who've heard Gary, like his voice. And we need to recognize that we're not the only ones who created Gary. Gary's your idea. He's yours. Absolutely. If you don't want my voice to be Gary, I understand. I would like to do an experiment, though, utilizing Gary's voice that we have created for him. And I need about 20 or 30 words that are specifically what Gary would say. Like obviously, groovy is not a word that he would currently say with the way we have him designed. But words Gary would say, we did, and I know you like him too, but also I'm your dad, and that I don't know if we can count your opinion on you liking it. Groovy is a word from like the 60s and 70s, kiddo. He would, but not in his current form. Like he became surfer dude like 80s, 90s. That's the lingo that he really enjoyed and then attached and never really left. So you have this guy in the mafia talking like a surfer dude, and I think that's fucking hilarious.
Okay, so it's going to be up to 3 business days before one of the tax things is approved. It's under review, so we won't be able to set up bits for probably till midweek.
Can I? Yeah. Okay. How about the community?
I can't set up the payout stuff until that's approved.
All right. So as much as this sucks, I can't move forward and talking about like the bits and sharing. So everyone that's here, I know bits and everything well enough, but I really needed Chris to be able to like actively look at it. I'm going to do the best I can to explain it. Bits are not the same as like TikTok GIFs and whatnot, but they're pretty close. Bits you can cash in by creating things that your viewers can do. So let's say we create a clip that is a GIF that plays with sound of Stitch going ha me ha, right fuck that up. We can make it so that it costs 500 bits to activate it, and that will play randomly in the stream. It'll play when they activate it. They spin the bits and it will play. That's
you know what's gonna happen is you're gonna get me to play some super intense, stressful game where I'm like really focused, and all of a sudden I hear that I'm gonna jump from it.
And that's something that we needed to talk about with gaming and whatnot, but we'll get there. Because that is something I need to bring up. We need to figure out how we want to tackle that. Do we want certain things to be certain goals and whatnot? And one of the great things is we have multiple forms of subscriptions, multiple forms of saying, hey, once we get subscriptions added on Twitch, which for some reason it's not showing me subscriptions. Can you go to the subscriptions on monetization? Is it blank for you?
It is.
So I don't know what's going on there, but it could be the whole we need to enable.
I'm sure it's because we don't have a payout method in there yet, so you can't activate it.
Yeah. So and cheers are very similar to that. And it's a way for us to make additional income. It's a way for people to support us. There's going to be Prime subscriptions, and unlike most of the other subscriptions, we're not going to have to promise anything. We're just going to be like, hey, let's add this. If you're subscribed on Twitch, which, we can do Prime subscribing now, which is awesome. Yeah. Affiliate allows, if you got a Prime account, you can give us your Prime sub. And we actually get I think it's 70 to 80% of that. We get most of it, which is really awesome. So that $5 that would have been part of it goes to Twitch, we get most of it.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a really good way. And it doesn't cost them any money because they already if you already have a Prime account, it's free for you to turn around and give your subscription. It's really nice. It's a nice way for people to support us without having to do it out of their own pocket. It's something that they're already paying for, and we get a little bit of benefit. So it's really nice. And subscribers don't get ads. Yes, and subscribers don't get ads. That's another big thing. And we will have proper ad breaks. Now, when we're on Twitch, we'll be able to see and get notified. I don't know if we're going to get notified here. If it's supposed to do a community message, which hopefully will show up over here, and it'll say, hey, last heard it's 15 until you hit a certain level of watch time. I don't know. From what I understood, when my spouse was doing it, when I was doing it, it was most of it. But if it changed, that would suck. I don't think I can eat any more food. That sucks. I don't really want that to go to waste. But cats can't have it, so kids aren't going to eat it. And I'm learning to accept walking away from it. So it'll probably just go into the backyard somewhere and become fertilizer. So, and then we'll have specific emotes, which we can ask artist creators on our stream. We already have one emote, by the way, everyone. I have to get it uploaded. I think we might have more than one, but it's a proper emote. Chris being angry. Your little angry guy that Ryu created.
Oh, yeah.
That's an emote. You can turn that into an emote very, very easily. And Rusty's got an example right there. Sometimes they move, sometimes they're static. Now, Ryu, for anyone that's wondering, has created emotes for other streamers. Some of them very popular. I'm not going to say names right now, but Ryu has created ones, has gotten paid to create emotes. And so there's going to be a lot of opportunities because, in this area, I know streamers. Of course, we know Papa Popa, but I know a few others, and we might be able to reach out and be like, hey, would you guys like to do a stream and kind of stream together? We stream to our audiences, and that would be a Twitch only thing. No, seriously, am I missing a spot? What do you mean? Your mic is staticky every now and then. I'm wondering if it's when I'm moving far enough away.
There's been a couple times when your voice has kind of gotten audio pixelated for a split second and then cut back in. But it's never been long enough for me to say for me to catch it, or B, I just wonder if it's a glitch on my end because it's not happening consistently.
That's still a problem. This is a cheaper mic. I think it's more likely an upload issue. It very well could be. It would have to be something that we take a look at and work on later. I also have a bunch of tabs open that I probably shouldn't have open. We'll address, troubleshoot, that kind of stuff later. I didn't have a choice but to get this mic because of my other mic dying on me and cutting out.
Yeah.
And I didn't since that mic went up in price. For those who don't know, that mic went up in price. So I couldn't just do the direct exchange like I wanted to.
Preston, I don't shout at tech support. Okay.
That is always going to be a thing. Also, it sucks that Trip doesn't want to do the Worthington character. I'll be honest. That was such a good character.
Yeah.
I would like to find somebody that can do that version for that, show Trip's character and be like, this is what I want for the lawyers, because that's such a good character. Worthington was such an excellent made character, and I'd like to keep that character. When we brought in, I forgot his name. He's on TikTok. He's got the 68,000 followers or something like that. Does the did you turn it on and off again?
Oh, oh my God. It's not Cyril. It's not Cyrus.
No. It's no. You have it pretty close.
Is it
Cyril? That's his real name. I can't use his real name. Cyro, Cyrano, Cyrano.
Cyrano. That's right.
Cyrano. He's our IT guy. He did. Arguably, I could have asked for another take, but at the time it was really busy and he was really busy. If I do another IT guy, I love the way Cyrano acted when he was scared of Chris. Babs did an excellent job, but Babs didn't like the character because everyone hated the character. And I was like, that's the character though. We want that character to technically be hated. And so I understand why Babs doesn't want to play that character, because it's without diving deep more into the character, that one aspect, everyone automatically hates that character. And so they didn't get an opportunity to be like, this is my character though. And this isn't the only thing to there. And I was like, I understand that. So I understand their wanting hesitance to jump back on as a guest, utilizing that character and not having the opportunity to grow that character as fast as they would like to do it. But I would still think
about how often hated characters become some of the most popular ones.
Right. And that's the thing. Her character, or their character, I believe actually, was very, very popular. Bunch of people were commenting on how well that Babs played that character. And that's another thing, is that we have people who can do a really good job with specific character sets. Who have the experience, and they just don't have the quality of camera, audio, or stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the more we get into this, the more that we can invest, even if the people that we're working with are, across the pond or, far enough away, we can be like, okay, we can invest. If you're going to be in this often enough, we can invest in you getting a better phone or a better camera or a better mic. We can invest in that, and we can talk about that. And it's always been something that we've discussed about, hey, if we know these people are going to be there and we can rely on them to do this thing, we want to make sure the quality is across the board versus having, half the video be really good quality and then all of a sudden, funk.
Yeah.
Some characters are made to be hated. Yeah, that's the thing. But back on the streaming. So bits and cheers and that kind of stuff. And that's the biggest thing is in order for us to react to those things, it's going to need to be on Streamlabs or something like that. And then we're going to need to set it up. And I want to talk to everyone real quick. Those who have been on Twitch, who have watched Twitch, who have watched Twitch streamers. There's a couple different options on how to set this up. And later on, we can do another stream where we're actually setting up this Twitch stream. and the Twitch, it wouldn't be on Twitch though. It'd be on like YouTube or something. So Twitch isn't glitching out. We can set it up and show you what it looks like. But my idea is when it's both of us, very similar to how it was last time, where, you know, we have a scene and boom, both of us are in here, similar to what it looks like now, only there would actually be a background. And we can actually have a background right now. Whoop.
What was that?
It's an overlay. For some reason, that's the overlay, and it just covers us. It's not supposed to cover us.
Where's the
background? Like we can have a.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, and we can.
I need to add a background. I will do that here in a second. 1 second.
Yeah. And it can be very similar to this, only it would be more controllable. It would be look, you know, a little bit more. It would be a lot more customized than what it is now. And we can ask artists to draw or make us. We can go into Fiverr and be like, hey, can you make us a full-on custom overlay for this channel, and then have different overlays depending on different scenes. We can have somebody do that. And I think that's going to be an investment as we get into it. So it's not going to be something you guys see right away. Meat Puppet, thank you so much for being a member for 5 months. That's awesome. We will be doing the giveaway later this month. We decided to move it to the end of the month because we've done it at the end of the month so often. So I have a reminder on the 25th to do the giveaways. And I don't know how we're going to incorporate the Twitch people into that, but we will incorporate. Yeah, there you go. You know,
that clashes with your background.
It does.
So what if, hold on, let me hide that. And then we switch to this. It doesn't work. No. All right.
Well, it's fine for right now.
Yeah.
Another thing is,
it's actually extremely, to me, it's extremely distracting.
Do you guys want to do a different one? Like we could, it's because of the colors. And that's the benefit of like having a customized one. We do need one that's specific for StreamYard. I agree. Getting rid of this black background and having something in the back that, you know, has our logos and has our stuff, because then we'd be able to hide, you know, where it says Levi Cosmic Member Solutions, we'd be able to hide that. We wouldn't need to have that on there anymore. And it could be on the background as a static background image versus us sitting here with that. Levi's ginger through and through. Yeah, turn that background, like you can see the beard highlight. Like
Well, just
yeah, it really does. It really does make me even more orange than what I already look like. That's lovely. How do you join? What do you mean? How do you join? How do you join as a membership? You have a few different ways if that's what you're talking about. There is Fourth Wall. Substack, we're going to promote more as like exactly what it is, what its strength is, which is an emailing service. There are other options with Substack, but that is its strength. And if you want updates, Chris likes the way Substack is built. It also has a podcast option that is better than anything else we currently have access to.
I just need to get on there more often is what needs to happen. So,
and while though we do have a similar option on Fourth Wall for posting and emailing things out to people, the way Substack does it, from what I've looked into, is just more streamlined because that's what they focused on for so many years. Whereas Fourth Wall kind of does a little bit of everything, and it's really good at doing a little bit of everything. So we're not going to get rid of Fourth Wall anytime soon. It's just a convenient tool to have. We need to go back in and do more things on it, but it's a convenient tool to have. Substack will be like those people who want to get receive emails of updates of conventions and stuff like that, and we'll still post those same updates elsewhere, but like that would be like the first one. Then you have the memberships on YouTube and Twitch. Now, memberships outside of Fourth Wall. What are the benefits? It depends on what you like. If all you want to do is support us, you don't really care about any of the updates or a merch exclusive discount or anything like that. You're just wanting to have digital emotes and enjoy the live streams and that kind of stuff, YouTube and Twitch are going to be your best bet. You're still going to be entered into the giveaways. We have to figure out how to like look at the subscribers on Twitch. I know it's a thing you can do, but you'll still be entered into them. The biggest thing is contacting people. And we have people that are subscribed.
It's so difficult to contact YouTube subscribers to let them know they've won.
Yeah, you can still do my coffee, buy me a coffee, and I think Chris has one as well. So if you want to do buy me a coffee for direct support for one of us, that works. Because we understand that there's people who want to support the channel as a whole, and people who want to go, no, I want to give Chris money, or I want to give Levi money, because that's just what I want to do. So we wanted to make sure there were options for anyone that wanted to do stuff. And Buy Me a Coffee recently updated its thing so you can do a monthly support. My biggest thing is the easiest ones to manage and do things with are Fourth Wall, YouTube, and Twitch, because those are the ones that are like integrated within each other in Discord, and it's the easiest one to like reach out to people and be like, hey, if you won something, go to Discord, let's talk, or do this. You already have a Discord thing, you should already do it. And people are like, what? And that's on us. A good portion of all this stuff that we have available for people, those videos that we tell you about, they just don't get pushed. So we have to do more of them. We have to do more of them. And we have that. I'll take blame on it. Both of us, but me especially, because I've had more time to do it, have not done the specific videos very often. And it's definitely something we need to do more often. And it's something that me and Chris wanted to sit down and talk about outside of the stream. But there's no reason to talk that we can't talk about it in the stream. It's just how we want to format the video. What do we want to say? And my biggest thing was like, we need a video that has both of us, that features both of us, that we like the outcome of the video, that we just repost periodically.
Yeah.
And maybe delete the old one so we don't get yelled at by, whatever service if we're getting yelled at by them. Where we just repost and be like, hey, by the way, you can follow us here, you can do this here, you can do that here. But if we have too many things in that video, people are going to go, so we have to figure out where we want to focus that. And for Chris, it's Substack. For me, it's Fourth Wall. And that is simply because there's different tools for each one. But I recognize some people don't care about merch, don't care about the discounts, don't care about the updates. They just want the cool digital stuff. Hello, you beautiful humans. Coffee, Monster Bulls says. Thank you so much. Oh yeah. What you up to right now?
I'm trying to edit the Twitch background to have more like darker colors in it.
Why not just turn it black and white for now?
I can do that, sure.
Just grayscale it. It should wind up looking kind of weird grayscale, but I think it would work for now. And it would just give an idea of like having that background. And like I said, it's something that we're going to work on. We'll talk about, we'll figure out what we want it to look like. Figure out what you guys all want to do on Twitch. That's another thing. What kind of streams, while we're talking about Twitching, doing Twitch and specific streams and everything, what kind of streams do you guys want to see? Do you guys want to have the option to pick specific games if we do specific games? Do you want to force us to play horror games that neither Chris or I really want to play?
I won't play horror games.
There are horror games that like Phasmophobia, I think would be fine for me and you.
I have no interest in playing horror games whatsoever.
Okay, here's a question. What if they donated like $500?
I don't care. I'm not going to get my stress levels that high just because someone wants to pay me money.
Fair enough.
I am super susceptible to horror themes. I always have been. I always will be. I have zero interest in exposing myself to that.
The Wheeling Dragon, I ask you guys questions all the time. All the time. Not even the back rooms. So I've discussed it with my spouse that I really don't want to play horror games on live streams. And the moment they mentioned, I was like, well, what if there's a goal that you guys meet? And I was like, I would have to do it with Chris. If it's going to be something that people donate to Villain Support directly versus me directly, that would have to be like something I do with Chris. Now, if people go, I want to watch you play a horror stream, I'll donate to you directly. I'll be like, that's a little bit different because that's the money I'm getting. And then I can do it on the thing. Oh, that's not bad. That's actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
Nice and calm on the eyes. Just have fun with it. It's supposed to be an extension of what you already do. Yeah, there's still also the thing like I'm already doing this streaming as just having fun with it, and it is succeeding, and that's great. And we go live and we do skits and we share a lot of our process, and we don't mind that. That's perfect. In fact, I have Chris, I don't know if you got to read it, but I have the Stitch 40K as a proper
yeah, I read it. I haven't had a chance to do anything with it, but yeah, I read it.
So that's something that like we could read on stream here in a bit and go over it. Because last time you were trying to read it, it was a jumbled mess.
Yeah.
So this time it's a lot better. And so I could put it on screen if you wanted to, or do you want to read it? Do you just want to pull it up and reread it like that?
Oh, we can pull it up and read it like that.
On stream?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay, all right. Doesn't share my email, right? Yeah, okay. And then I have to $150 or $200.
Let me just, I gotta pop in here. 150 is fine. Right. Nope, sorry, 200. I thought you were at 150. Do 200.
Okay. So those who have seen the Twitch, I should probably have us be on the other side or do this.
There we go.
You can do that one?
Yeah, that was fine. Yeah.
All right. So this scene picks up from part one. Because this is going to be a separate video, you're going to have the very end of the clip from the previous part one play, and then it will go into a 3 days later thing. So it's Chris at the end talking to Sinesh as Levi's like, nope, I'm done, and then getting that call. And then we get 3 days later. John is on a call with Dante. Enter the void with the Xeno heretic who has soaked his fur with our fallen brothers and sisters. Into the void where you belong. For glory.
Sorry. You threw him into the warp? You threw what is effectively chaos given form and life into the warp. Dante. Damn it, he hung up.
And then you
Nappa! And then what? Stop whatever you're doing and find Levi. But I was doing this for Levi. Dear Xeno, that man does way more than I ever realized. I don't care if Beerus, Bulma, or Vegeta asked you, find Levi now. Find Levi now. On it.
You forgot to say who crawled up your battle skirt and twisted it.
Oh, I mean, who crawled up your battle skirt and twisted it? On it.
And
okay,
then we do
where
it 2 hours later.
Now?
Ventral Spirit Command Ship offline. Ventral Spirit Command Ship offline.
Oh, God, no. Nappa, get Levi back now. Oh, Levi. Dude, that's messed up.
The scene shifts back to John for a moment.
I know. I'm trying to keep up with all the time paradoxes.
We do a quick shift to Nappa.
Hey, Nappa, tell Levi. What, John?
We see Napa waiting for John, but we hear John.
Yeah, he's busy. How is this not a paradox?
And again, this is Napa on screen acting confused while we're hearing John say these lines. Napa decides to give up waiting for John.
Please answer, Levi.
And then we hear John go, and where is that blue devil now?
I can't see. Scroll up a little bit. There we go. And where is that little blue devil now? I will talk about your champion however I want, Corn. He's causing my stress migraines to flare up like no tomorrow.
While John is ranting, Napa tries to call Levi again.
Okay, please don't hang up.
Nope, not today, Napa. Not my circus, not my problem. I cashed in my long overdue vacation.
Look, Corn, this is getting nowhere. I'll call back later. Well, Napa, what did he say? He cashed in on his overdue vacation? He hasn't done that in 2 millennia. Last time was... Fuck. Okay, what now? Napa, can you take that?
Napa looks at the caller ID.
John, caller ID says it's Zinch. Of course. What, Zinch?
Well, excuse me.
Sorry. I'm just trying to trying to track down Stitch.
I bless you, John.
What? No, I didn't sneeze. He is the champion of... You know what? Doesn't matter.
Oh, Corn's champion. I tossed him out.
You what?
Yep. Right out into a random universe. Fun times.
Why would you toss him into a random universe? We're trying to track him down.
Because, John, why not? He was already from another universe, and now that he's a champion of Corn, oh, it's going to be the best show of, well, ever.
John, you need to see this. What? I'm busy, Napa.
And then we see the Super Bowl clip.
Fuck my life. Did you plan all this?
Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Isn't that half the fun, John? Click.
What? Zinch threw Stitch into a random universe because he thought it would be funny if a champion of Corn, already from another universe, caused more chaos, I guess. Oh. Levi won't like that. Well, Levi should have freaking been here then.
Napa winces and waits a beat.
Are you mad because he isn't here, or mad that he uses vacation time to not be here? Both.
And then we fade to black. So what I really like about this, for everyone that's here, I want to zoom in a little bit, is you guys get to see like my notes, the way I write scripts and everything, because I do a lot of the editing. So I'm writing how the scene is going to play out and everything like that. What I didn't realize was that is like normal script writing for movies and stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay. The problem is that my way of writing is chaotic. And so I had to put it in like things like ChatGPT and learn how, I'm learning how to rewrite the way I do this. So when Chris goes and films these scenes, you guys heard that it was mostly just a dry read. So there's not a whole lot of like, hey, act like this, do that. There's not a whole lot of notes I'm going to give him during this time. When he goes to film this, there's going to be points where I'm like, I need you to do this. I need you to do that. And for the most part, I don't have to tell Chris that, which is really awesome about working with somebody that you work with so much.
Yeah. If I can say something, when there's a specific way you want something said or an inflection you want used, literally record the line in your own voice so I know exactly what you want. I did that for Popo when I sent him the Strahd video. I literally recorded the lines with the way I wanted them said and said, this is what I want to sound like, but your voice and with the vampire accent. And he was like, got it. And he returned exactly what I asked for.
Yeah, and I've done that for Popo too, especially with Dante's stuff, because I wanted to have specific inflections in certain areas. Same thing with the teach, like I would do that for that one as well. Now, for everyone wondering why am I not in this, besides the fact that the Stitch video was a perfect opportunity for me to go, I'm leaving, I've moved. And it gave me the opportunity to move without having a bunch of questions asked. Where's Levi for the month or so that I wasn't able to really produce content. And going back into this, two things. One, it makes perfect sense at the end of the video that Levi would be on vacation still, even though you guys have seen Levi come back to work, quote unquote. At the time that this is happening, we have not had Levi come back to work yet. So John and Nappa are dealing with the chaos, and you get to see that, like, what I really like about this video from a lore perspective is Levi does a lot. Chris is aware how much Levi does. Sorry, John is aware how much Levi does, and Levi's aware of how much John does. But Nappa doesn't know how much the two of them really do until Nappa is handed the reins, because Levi thought it was a good idea to ask Nappa to do a bunch of stuff. Yep. Mainly because Levi was like, I don't care. And I love the fact that you have Nappa reacting and John going, I don't care, as if he knows all this already, and just expecting Nappa to be able to handle it. And it's within 2 lines that you see that, and I think it's really cool that gets played. Now I'm not going to have to give Chris a whole lot of feedback on how to do this stuff, because a lot of it's here, and Chris knows his character better than I do. I write his character really well, but that's only because I've worked with Chris long enough to know what his character would say. And there's a few times where Chris has gone, I don't think John would really do that. And I've done the same thing when Chris writes my character, and I go, Levi really wouldn't act like that.
Actually, so speaking of the script, would you mind if I'm not going to change any of the story at all, but I would like to modify some of the dialogue because there's a lot of repetitive lines. Like John asks Nappa at least 2 or 3 times, where is Levi now? And I think we need to change up the way those are said in repetitive time, so he's not just saying the exact same line.
I would definitely say modify them so it changes what the line is, but I need it to still be.
It can't change the meaning. Yeah, I realize that. It cannot change the meaning at all. It wouldn't affect the story. It would just be said differently, so you're not hearing John say the same thing 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, and I think that's perfectly fine. Yes, go ahead and change those.
Did you send me the link to that?
Huh? Yeah.
Did you send me the link to that?
Yeah, and I made you an editor, so you should be able to change things.
I have to. Where did you send the link?
I
know that I opened it and read it. I just don't remember where it was.
To your email, to the Acme Co.
Okay.
And again, this is written on Levi's lunch. We need him now, effectively. So the big thing here is that the way that this is written and whatnot is also from like the scene shift changes constantly happening. We get to see Nappa, but we don't need to see John. And I had to write that specifically because otherwise Chris would be like filming those parts, and he probably will film them in character still. But it gives the opportunity that, like, if Chris needs to take a moment, it's a cut point for a very long period of time where he can just film those lines however he feels like. Do multiple takes and be like, I like this take the most, but here's the take you wanted me to have.
Are you sure? Because I'm looking at that email. And I don't see.
Yeah, people with access. So corp, not co.
Oh, that's what. Okay, cool.
Sorry.
Oh, all good.
Basically, you telling a story of where in the universe to Stitch. Yeah. That's effectively what this particular one is. And the next one after this, because the Super Bowl clip and everything, it finally gives us an opportunity to wrap back in the Borg. For those who knew and who understood, the Borg are going to come back into this finally, and I have a skit written out specifically for that. I'm going to have to modify the script now, but I have that script written out, and we have to modify it now. And I'll modify it probably as in like Chris or Nappa probably contacted the Borg since they were in the area to go pick up Stitch, and we'll learn some more stuff from there. As much as I'm going to have Stitch go into random universes still, because it's a series that took off, that did really well. It is constantly pulled in numbers. Every video that we've done of Stitch has either A, performed enough to pay for itself and the next video, or it has outperformed every other video prior to it. And I was not expecting the series to do as well as it did, but Constantine was the same thing, where it has constantly performed well enough to justify another video, or done so well, it's like this series is definitely not dead yet. And I did not think that would be another Predator series, basically. And we talked about like how many series we actually have on the channel, and with Chris mentioning the 5 buckets and whatnot, part of me thinks about, like, realistically speaking, you have bucket 1, which is villain support content, and in that villain support content you have like 20 different quote unquote series, but they're all part of the same thing. So it's really interesting that we have so many series that so many people enjoy, and we have asked before, is the Predator series dead? Just to put out a Predator series because we didn't have any other content and it was easy to do, and it blew up. And we're like, nope, it's not dead.
I have a question. And if you can pull the script back up.
Mm-hmm. It's up already. What's up?
Okay, so where Nappa says, but I was doing this for Levi. Dear Zeno, he does more than I ever realized. John said, I don't care if Beerus, Bum, or Vegeta, etc. Find Levi now. Find Levi now. On it. If Nappa didn't know that Levi was on vacation, why would Levi have asked him to do any of his work in the first place?
So Nappa doesn't know Levi's taking a proper vacation. Nappa knows Levi popped off and gave him his work. So Nappa's underneath the assumption that Levi's going to come back relatively quickly, and thinks that maybe he's just been gone for the last couple of days. Okay. He doesn't realize that he's on vacation, which is horrible. This is a bit of lore that I don't know if you want to add in, if you want to make a correction. Because remember, we have like we gave people 5 weeks of vacation plus 2 weeks of sick leave. And like, we never said that it could be, stockpiled or anything.
Yeah.
So it's the idea of like, yeah, see, there you go. I was doing this for Levi. Okay. He's out today. Yeah. And then finding out that Levi is on vacation, everyone's like, no, he never takes vacations. This isn't right. Is a huge thing. Levi is cross-training Nappa. No, Levi doesn't need to cross-train Nappa. That technically already happened somewhere along the lines. Yeah, he's taking his vacation. Oh no, is the realization for both Nappa and Chris, Nappa and John. Especially given the context that this is now underneath new management, and Levi absolutely should not be taking vacation at this time.
So when Nappa says, but I was doing this for Levi, he's out today. Dear Zeno, the man does way more than I've realized. I changed John's line to, I don't care if Beerus, Bum, or Vegeta asked you, I need him involved now.
It's fine with me.
Okay. So
then Nappa pouts but mutters underneath his breath, and this entire line is actually muttered. Fine, Levi now. Who crawled up your battle skirt and twisted? And then John, who heard the entire thing, just glares at Nappa. Nappa, looking up, notices the glare and be like, on it. That getting caught and saying something you shouldn't be.
Napa, have you gotten a hold of him yet?
And then computer blares immediately. Vengeful Spirit command ship offline. And I wish we could change that, but we really can't because the Vengeful Spirit command ship is the full fucking name. Otherwise, I would be able to just say Vengeful Spirit, but apparently no, it's called Vengeful Spirit command ship. And I'm like, well, that's annoying. It's called the Vengeful Spirit, and it's a command ship, but when you use the whole thing, it has to be said this way. And I confirmed that with 40K fans, and I'm like, that's so annoying. And honestly, in our own office, Borg Mothership offline. Like we've done things like that. I just think like from an aspect of like how annoying it is in the script to hear that long of a computer voice.
Yeah.
So annoying. It fits. It makes it real. I just hate it. I like that. And then we get cut to Levi somewhere casually picking up a ringing phone. Oh, and probably it's snowing out. It might be even funnier that it's snowing where I'm at. So I'm gonna be outside chilling in a chair in what looks like the middle of winter instead of it being a summer vacation, apparently. Pick up the phone.
So I'm gonna remove the by Zeno that man. Just say that man does way more than I ever realized, or just he.
Oh,
he does so much more than I ever realized because we're gonna take the Zeno line and put it down here where Napa goes, "Oh, thanks, Zeno." Levi, I click.
Like Levi didn't look to answer the phone and then looked and like. Phone gets cut off. Dude, that's messed up. Or Levi just buried on the cat. Yeah, I was thinking of doing the beach, but like it's snowing. And if there's still snow out when I go to film this, it's just going to be snow because I'm not going to cut myself out and superimpose myself on a beach and have it look like shit doing it because I don't have enough experience making it look really good. Outside of the fact that I can do it frame by frame, it is a 20-second clip of me effectively, 20, 30 seconds of me total. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to spend 3 hours cutting me out to superimpose me on a beach. I'm good. I'm going to use whatever background I've got available. The biggest problem, Stephen, with that is I have to do it. Like I could set myself up inside to do it. And then turn all my lighting and everything on. It's the amount of work for 30-second clip that's a problem. If I already had a setup for a green screen area, that all I'd have to do is set a chair in there, sit down and record. That'd be one thing. I don't have that area set up. I don't have the green screen. I don't have the lighting to ensure that the lighting is even. The easiest solution is for me to go outside, set a chair up in front of a tree, have my angle just right, and use my own pre-existing background. That is going to be easier than anything else. And it'll also be quicker. And if it's snowing out, I think it just adds to the joke that Levi's idea of a vacation from all this is bad weather. Levi'd rather be in the middle of a blizzard than at work right now. But even if it's at a beach, it's still going to be a funny scene of Levi's on vacation out wherever. The only thing I wish is I still had my like lawn chair that I could recline in. Levi in his swim, you're not going to see me in swim shorts. That's not going to be on screen. But it would be funny. I might do a short sleeve shirt. Rubs simply no, I'm trying to keep up time. Paradox. Hey Napa, tell Levi I confused Napa doing too many things at once, trying to answer John. Tell Levi what? I'm calling it again. Are you listening to me? Pauses. We see Napa waiting, but we still hear John. Yeah, he's busy. Napa, confused and frustrated, dials the phone again. How is this not a paradox? Gives up waiting for John, like bats his hand, like whatever, the hand wave. Please don't hang up this time. Where is that blue devil now? Levi finally answers. Levi, please don't hang up. We need you. Nope, not today, Napa. Not my circus, not my problem. I've cashed in my long overdue vacation. Let me hang up. Another reason for everyone here why I decided to have Napa and John be the focus, and we hear, we see Levi once or twice throughout this, is because I didn't want to try to get another voice actor or figure out the voice of Korn currently.
Yeah.
I'm already creating voices I've already created voices for 3 or 4 characters now for 40K. Yeah. I don't want to make so many of these characters have voices and then somebody yell at us.
Hey, Levi. Take a look at your nope, not today line. I have a suggestion for it. You let me know whether or not you like it.
Okay. Yeah. Nope, not today, Napa. Not my circus, not my problem. I cashed in a long overdue. And honestly, add in the word honestly. And honestly, well-deserved vacation. Click. Then John, who was looking at Napa waiting, notices his expression. Look, Korn, this is getting nowhere. I'll call you back. Well, Napa, what did he say? I feel like you have to add in a line now of like, you have to call Napa out on that. And then Napa was like, those were his words, not mine.
Yeah, tournament.
I think if Napa just says he cashed in on, and I quote this, a long overdue and well-deserved. If you go, I don't believe, here's what you need to do. I don't believe that. Levi never catches in his vacations. You could add in whatever event you want to that, to be honest. Think of an event that would have been so horrible in media. Firefly. Let's make people cry. And that's where it would be Napa's line. It was like, those were his words exactly.
Oh shit, not what I meant to do. Actually, hold on.
Yeah, there we go. And then you can go and have Napa say that line. Honest, I was gonna say, yeah.
So his words were, "I cashed in a long overdue and honestly well-deserved vacation." And John just does this. Fuck.
So, can you do that without the pause? Do Nappa's line and then do it without the pause. Like it's an instant realization to you how bad it is.
Then it's gonna have to be this. His words were, "I cashed in a long overdue and honestly well-deserved vacation." Fuck.
Nappa has to add on a line. It can't possibly be that bad. The last time he said those words, he was gone for 8 weeks. Like, Wash dies. Levi takes a couple weeks off. This is poor. This indicates that it's worse than one of the people passing away. Because he just doesn't want to deal with it.
Actually, let's make this even more. Yeah, he's gone for a few days. When does this vacation end?
Yeah. Like hearing the Clone Wars for the first time reference some event. The last time took a vacation. Nobody knows what it means. The last time it was vacation. Oh, 2 months. Yeah, like. Nappa's gonna also say the word fuck. Oh, what would be a different word Nappa would say beside that? No, better yet. Wait. Looks at the paperwork. Looks at the papers.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to do all his work while he's like he just realizes how long he got bonded. And then the phone rings. And before before Nappa looks at the thing, John, I need an answer to this. Then he looks down. Oh, it's Teach, by the way. So instead of John right there, the line needs to be
Hold on. 1 second.
I think having the phone ring right there is a good scene change. Can we read from Where is the Blue Devil Now down to that?
1 second.
I think if you just go yes or no, John, and then say, and caller ID says it's teachers. Like Napa's still trying to get an answer. Yeah. Because I like adding all this, but I feel like that might be, we might have gone too far on a tangent. So I want to read it.
It creates a lull.
So let's read it before you delete it. Let's read it and see how it feels.
You're already right. You're already right. Because the phone ringing should just cut that off. Hold on.
Right.
I got this one.
Oh, and then what you can do for me is add a Napa line that's in the background. Like Napa doesn't have to be on screen for it.
Where?
Right after he answers, what, Tishan? Well, excuse me. And because what we're gonna have do is I'll have John just look at Napa but completely ignore him. And we're not gonna even show Napa. We're just gonna have Napa in the background saying the yes or no. Am I still gonna have to do this, John? John? So he's gonna have little interruption moments.
Yeah.
And all John needs to do is just do a glance back and still pay attention to Teason. We might even insert Napa if necessary. Saying John. So we need 2 lines from Napa in the background. And I don't care where they're at. When John freezes right there, also have him look at Napa. That's a good cut point. And Napa going like this.
So it's
yeah, I like that. Sorry, no, I'm still live, but Facebook is being string. So I clicked the video background comments. That's weird. What?
What's going on?
I don't know. Hold on.
Who said what?
I gotta go to Facebook and see what the stream looks like because I just got a message saying the stream looks weird on Facebook. So Xena, I don't know why you're seeing what you're seeing because everything's correct on my screen. That is really weird. I don't know why that is. So Nap in the back. John. I bless you, John. What? No, I didn't sneeze. He is a champion. You know what? It doesn't matter. Oh, Corn's champion. I tossed him out. Do I have to do all Levi's work? Yes or no? John freezes, looks at Napa, and nods and says yes, because he's trying to deal with it. And then he goes back. What do you mean by you tossed him out?
What do you mean by you tossed him out?
And I feel like that's even better because we get John, who's distracted, getting told something very important.
Yeah.
I like that. We're trying to track him down. And that makes John even more exasperated because Nappa keeps interrupting him.
Yeah.
So now we have when he's exasperated, whatever. John, what? I'm busy. Yes, that is perfect. It makes much more sense now. Instead of Nappa being quiet and patiently waiting, now we have Nappa constantly interrupting John while John's learning something important. So now it makes even more sense while John is yelling at him.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do a dry read if you're ready for it. From
That's
the
one.
where's
Just go through the end real quick. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good. We don't do refunds. You've seen the comment. There's no refunds or exchanges. And lore, we don't. But like, obviously, if you guys have something wrong with your merch or something, let us know if you're not getting through Fourth Wall. Fourth Wall usually takes care of all that. But if something does happen and like things aren't getting processed, like you can message us on Fourth Wall and be like, what the hell's going on? We can figure it out.
Oh, actually, so Super Bowl clip. Cut back to John as the.
I think I have to wait until that transfer goes through now. Last night when I was telling people that I'm going to turn off the GoFundMe today, I got a donation, which is, that's great. It's going to help out a lot, and it's going to pay off the Affirm bill. Problem is, I don't think I can turn it off until that's processed without an issue. Like, I don't know if an issue is going to pop up. So I'll let that sit, let that transfer, and then I'll close it right after that's done, just in case. You have John Constantine on speed dial. Oh, like that scares me. I do need to do that video too. Yeah, we have John's really good. Chris is very good at popping onto Fourth Wall on the app and doing those messages before I ever get a chance to. I think I've done like 2 or 3 of them, and that's it. And that's mainly because I knew it was happening. Did Raven just take the tea back upstairs? Did I set it down somewhere? I think Raven took the tea back upstairs. I don't know what's wrong with Facebook. I don't know why it's doing that. To anyone on Facebook, if you want to pop on to Twitch or YouTube, you can do that. I don't know why it's glitching on Facebook. We're finishing up the Stitch 40K Part 2 script. We're cleaning it up. We already know what we're going to be doing for Twitch, which is mostly just waiting for Twitch to process the stuff so we can then go back in and look at it and figure out how we want to set things up. We do know that we're going to go through Streamlabs, is what I think we agreed on, right? Wait for Chris. Chris, we agreed on Streamlabs, right?
For Twitch only?
Yeah, for getting that all set up and fixed up.
So, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And we'll take care of that when we get done live here. Me and Chris will sit and chat and get that all taken care of. But that'll be an opportunity for me to like work on making the stream and everything later on too. And then I had a bunch of other stuff I was going to do. We have like the Reddit skits. We're going to be doing. We got a Star Trek parody. Which, Chris, do you want to play the captain or the engineer? I don't care which one. I really don't.
Let me think about that.
Okay. Because I don't have the shirts for either, and I don't want to really buy them, but I do have, a red zip-up shirt that I can use.
I think it'd be really funny if we're like a ship that just flouts regulations and we just wear whatever the hell we want.
we could definitely do that. It's not really a thing in the Star Trek universe, but I don't think anybody's gonna care if we don't have the specific shirts. And if at some point we want to remake it with the shirts, sure. But right now it's a funny skit calling out the absurdity of the engineer getting told, give me more power or whatever like that. And the engineer going, I can't. It's doing that loophole, using that. And then we have a couple D&D skits, one of which is based off of just a photo that I'll be using, and I'll be creating the whole skit by scratch and I'm pretty good with that. And, or TTRPG, I should say. And then, the other one is like, this was an actual game that somebody had shared. And I'm like, I've got to turn that into a proper skit because this is not doing it justice. We gotta show off this thing. And so I'm not going to change much on that thing because, this is a thing that actually happened. It's a true story. So I don't want to change their story any more than like is necessary to the script.
I feel like it'd be really fun if I'm just sitting there in just like a ratty t-shirt and you're in there and whatever. And we're dealing with something, and all of a sudden the admiral pops on screen and he's like, listen, I need you guys to investigate. Why aren't you in uniform? and the captain clearly hung over or something. It's just like, because you're 50,000 light years away, what are you going to do? Come over here and make me change?
I think that would be hilarious to film. Like have that one little skit filmed for when somebody mentions it, and then we literally reply to the comment with that skit.
Or because you woke us up in the middle of the freaking night to deal with this.
Oh, somebody's so gonna point out that there's night shift.
But he just be like and then the admiral's like, right, because your night shift didn't answer. They have the evening off. Why? It's their holiday party. Something like that. And he's like, it doesn't excuse not being in uniform. Sir, do you sleep in your uniform? Sometimes.
Which actually is something that has happened in Star Trek where they were in casual clothes and had to take an important phone call. So
really?
For anyone that might not know, I'm a Trekkie. I have watched all of the first original Star Trek with my kid because that's the one that he liked. Next Generation was mine. I've seen all, if not most, of Voyager. I've seen a good portion of Deep Space Nine. I wasn't a huge fan of the Enterprise, and I haven't seen like the newer ones yet because they retconned and changed a bunch of stuff, and so I'm not like, I don't feel like diving into that right now. Are you good? Are we ready to do a dry read from?
I'm just trying to think about this is too far for our channel, but it'd be funny if they were doing something on the holodeck that would be definitely not approved.
How do I say this? Okay. Have you seen the Orville?
Yes.
Okay. They were parodying a real event that happened on the holodeck when they did their orgy thing in there.
Yeah.
They were parodying a real thing that happened on the holodeck in Star Trek. So it wouldn't be out of the realm. It wouldn't even be a parody because it's something that actually happened. Like, who was it that got with the holodeck? Well, multiple people got with the It's happened multiple times. It's happened multiple times. There's no excuse. There's none. There's none. I can't. Multiple times crew members have gotten it on with the holodeck characters and fallen in love with them. And
sorry, sir. I was breaking up an unauthorized orgy in the holodeck. And he looked and he raises an eyebrow and he goes, breaking it up? Well, that was my intention when I first went in there.
oh, please write that line down in the Discord. I can't even, like, people are gonna, like, the people who haven't seen enough Star Trek are gonna be like, oh, that's an Orville thing, and I'm gonna be like, it's really not. it's really not. Old Star Trek was freaky. And I don't think new Star Trek is much better, to be honest. Gotta go. All right, Colleen. Yeah. Joined in and made it authorized. It changed the line just slightly. You broke up an unauthorized orgy. Yes, sir. But then it was no longer unauthorized. And the guy, the admiral, just stands there on the line. Anyways, why are you calling in the middle of the night? What's wrong? Like, time for a topic shift. Yeah, I'm not gonna highlight the second one, Carolina, but yeah, I have Lex, by the way. I have the series on DVD now. A bunch of those DVDs I bought, the excess ones. It actually came with I think it's like the first season, complete season of Lex or something like that. And I was like, yeah, I can watch it. And then I remembered, no, I can't.
Here's the line. Why aren't you in uniform? I was woken up to go break up, and I was woken to go break up an unauthorized orgy on the holodeck. And he raises an eyebrow and goes, unauthorized? Yeah, I had to authorize it.
and then the admiral just, and then you go, so what are you calling for anyways? Oh, goodness. Lex was very weird. I'm not turning it, like, my kids have a problem with sleeping at night properly, and the last thing I need to do is have that playing on the TV downstairs, upstairs, and then walk in at almost any point of Lex, except for the space battle. No, even the couple of the space, even, oh my God, even the couple of the space. Oh my God. Oh, that is so horrible that I just remembered scenes from Lex, what they did during some of the space battles.
So, hold on. So, why aren't you in uniform? I was woken to go break up an unauthorized orgy on the holodeck. Raises an eyebrow. Unauthorized? Yeah, I had to authorize it. And the admiral goes, I miss being a captain.
Captain. That's the end of the skit, to be honest.
That is the button. Yes.
That's the button. Okay.
Hold on, I'm almost done with it. I apologize.
We were editing the Stitch and we got distracted. I love streams like this. To everyone here, I love streams like this because it may not seem like we're getting a bunch done, but we are. There's so much. Like, I have entire scripts that we haven't filmed, but are written out, ready for us to film. And periodically, you guys will see those get done. Because we'll sit here and we'll have a creative, like, just dead. Neither me or Chris can think, and we'll have something ready. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm on the last line. When John is utterly defeated, is the line both or yes? Better. Which one's better?
Are you mad because he isn't here, or mad that he uses vacation time not to be here?
Both.
Okay, and then alternatively, are you mad because he isn't here, or mad that he used his vacation time not to be here?
Yes.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Both or yes?
Both, he says, and then like a defeated both. But then yes is like a definitive yes, like type angry answer. And I think that's more in line with John.
Angry answer, yes. Okay, so go ahead and update the utterly defeated but angry.
Done. All right, now we can go ahead and reread this. Sorry about all the delays.
Don't forget to put in the angry up top where the John utterly defeated / angry. Do a shoulder slump at the side going yes. Well, no, I think John being angry fits better. I agree. He needs to it needs to be an angry defeat.
Okay. So, taking up part 1, 3 days later, bam.
We're at the Where's the Blue Devil now.
Oh, I thought we were going to reread the whole thing.
Do you want to reread it? The whole thing?
Yeah, let's do the whole thing because we modified a bunch of stuff.
Give me a second. Let me take a drink if I'm going to do this.
Okay.
Because I want
to. I feel like none of the changes change the storyline. It's just some different dialogue, so it sounds different.
Yep. Into the void with the Xeno heretic who has soaked his fur with our fallen brothers and sisters. Into the void where you belong for glory and the Emperor.
I'm trying to have a headset on. You threw him into the warp? You threw what is effectively chaos given form in life into the warp. Dante! Hey! Damn it, he hung up. Nappa! What? Stop whatever it is you're doing and find Levi. But I'm doing this for Levi. He's out today. He does so much more than I ever realized. I don't care if Beerus, Bulma, or Vegeta asked you. I need him involved now. Find Levi now, who crawled up your battle skirt and twisted it. On it.
2 hours later.
Nappa, have you gotten a hold of him yet?
Ventral Spirit Command Ship offline. Ventral Spirit Command Ship offline.
Oh, gods, no. Nappa! I've been calling and emailing and calling him. Wait, it's ringing. It's ringing. Oh, thanks, Zeno. Levi, Dude, that's messed up.
Scene shifts back to John for a moment.
Sorry. John's going to kill. You hang up. John's going to kill me. All right.
Can we have the whole thing? Can we do both lines? Dude, that's messed up. And then he has the realization.
Yeah. Good call. Yeah.
And like he needs to look at the phone and then go have the realization.
Dude, that's messed up. John's going to kill me.
Do you want to write that in the script so we don't forget it? That he needs to look at the phone.
I did. Oh. All right. I know. I'm trying to keep up with all the time paradoxes. Hey, Nappa, tell Levi. And he's like, tell Levi what? I'm calling him again. Are you listening to me? Yeah, he's busy. How is that not a paradox? Please don't hang up this time. And where is that Blue Devil now? I'll talk about your champion. Sorry, I meant to cut that. I'll talk about your champion however I want, Corn. He's causing my stress migraines to flare up like no tomorrow.
Click.
Levi, please don't hang up. We need you.
No, not today, Nappa. Not my circus, not my problem. I cashed in a long overdue and honestly, well-deserved vacation.
Look, Corn, this is getting nowhere. I'll call back later. Well, Napa, what did he say? He's on vacation. I don't believe that. He hasn't taken a vacation since Wash died. Leaf on the Wind Wash? Yeah, he was gone for a few days. When does this vacation end? His words were, I cashed in a long overdue and honestly well-deserved vacation. Fuck. How long is he going to be gone? The last time it was a vacation, he was gone for 2 months. Do I have to do all his work for 2 months? Zinch is calling. Oh, of course. What, Zinch?
Well, excuse me.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to track down Stitch. John?
I bless you, John.
What? No, I didn't sneeze. He's the champion. You know what? It doesn't matter.
Oh, Corn's champion. I tossed him out.
Do I have to do all of Levi's work? Yes or no? Zinch, what do you mean by you tossed him out?
Right into a random universe. Fun times.
Why would you toss him out into a random universe? We're trying to track him down.
Because, John, why not? He was already from another universe, and now that he's a champion of corn, oh, it's going to be the best show of, ever.
John, you need to see this. I am so beyond busy, Napa. What? And Napa, so I want to roll clip. It shows the guys chasing around with the garbage can. Cut to John, and he's just like, and then cut back. And then you see the bit where he steals the cart, crashes into the field goal thing, and then grabs the microphone and whatever he says. Fuck my life. Zinch, did you plan all this?
Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Isn't that half the fun, John?
John, what just happened? Zinch threw Stitch into a random universe because he thought it would be funny if a champion of corn, already from another universe, caused more chaos. Oh, Levi won't like that. Well, then Levi should have been here, don't you think?
Can we have you be even more angry?
Yeah, I just don't want to yell right now.
Okay.
Because doing Napa like that hurts my voice. Yeah. Are you mad because he isn't here, or mad that he used his vacation time to not be here? Yes. But less Napa-ish. That was a very Napa. Yeah. Napa's on that. I'll be right back. I need to use the.
Okay. Levi, that is perfect, ever-growing schemes energy. Yeah. That reminds me. Probably need to find that clip. Perfect. Share, copy. It doesn't have audio though. You can do 360p with audio. Here's what we'll do. We'll download the audio. we'll download the video. And then what I'll do,
speaking of this, I need to redo the Napaverse videos, but we need to have an actual plot line of it, so it just doesn't stop at part 3 where I don't know where to go.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about like the point that's a very obvious in this skit, very obvious lull point. I don't want to get rid of it. The more I look at it, and this is for everyone here, this is already a video that's in a series of videos. And it takes you so long to get to the lull that hopefully you're already invested. I'm going to be honest. Like we took almost a full minute, 32 minutes to get to that point where it's lore heavy, quote unquote. And that lore heavy part is like 30, 40 seconds.
When you say the lull point, you mean LOL or LULL?
LULL.
Okay.
So the point where we're talking about the vacation, that's lore. And it flows. Reading the script, it flows. It feels like it's part of the video. I like that. But I also recognize from a standpoint, and this is like a creator problem where you want your videos to be pushed and you want people to watch them as long as you can. But if you put stuff that people may not know in a video, that's only for a specific, niche stuff, whether it's for you, just your audience or what, you have to choose between, is it a quick 5-second thing or is it going to be longer and take the hit of what is very obviously new people possibly scrolling away.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the hit on this because it fits. It's still funny. I like it. It adds to the video. It adds to the characters. And this series,
part of the series.
Yeah, it's part of the series. It's part of our channel adding more lore to it. And so, like, when I was reading this and we went over it, I'm like, I know in my head, as a standpoint, there's going to be plenty of people who go scroll past. I don't care. I like how this fits. You did an excellent job, Chris, helping me rewrite this. It adds the lore that honestly, these questions have been asked. And it answers a few of them. It also opens up more questions for the people in our own audience to ask more questions, especially like 2 months of vacation. That's people are going to comment on that. People are going to jump on that. I was like, I want to work there again. Right. I like this. I like the overall video feel. And when we go to edit, if this winds up being as long as I think it's actually going to wind up being now, it might get separated into a couple videos for the platforms that rather push, 1 minute or 1 minute 30 videos.
Yeah.
You didn't realize how much goes into. Yeah, a lot of people don't, sadly. Even when we do an improv one-off video, I can sit here and be editing and captions. I hate captioning. It's not my forte. It's probably never going to be. But we made the option to do our own captions because we noticed that like the automatic captions are almost always wrong. And there wasn't a significant difference between not having them and having them. But there was a significant increase of people saying thank you that we did our own captions. We have had plenty of people who go, thank you for putting the captions in. And those same people noticing when me or Chris might forget to caption a video because we're tired and we just want to put the video out. And people commenting like, are you going to do a caption version? So, we want to talk about that. Yeah, let's talk about that.
I haven't seen this for the longest time, so I figured why not? Let's watch it. This is the video the series that I'd like to redo and really actually finish this time. Cryam, good question. So we're not going to be using anything of the trailer. So there was the Super Bowl commercial where Stitch was on the football field. We're going to use like 6 seconds of that.
And because we're cutting up that thing, depending on how I decide to edit it, like if Chris gives me enough reaction time, I could have it be playing in the background while he's reacting to it, and that will not get us flagged because it's a reaction slash parody type thing, and so we are allowed to do that. And
we're also playing with how that event happened and what happened after it is the main focus of the video.
Yeah, I'm not worried about a copyright claim. I'm going to try to keep the footage that is going to take over the screen. I'm going to have it be less than 5 seconds. Any additional footage I might want to put up is going to be put up like down here, like right where his logo is. You see where the logo is on John's shirt? That's where it might wind up playing additional clip versus having it be on the full screen.
Yeah. I'm going to turn my microphone off while I play this. Film support is John. How you doing? It's you. I only called you twice. Which call is it? You're about to fight a Saiyan named Kakarot, huh? I'm familiar with him. Ooh, John, you got to give me that call. Look, I know his power level is kind of low right now. Give me the call. Can you actually hold on a second? I got to pass this call to one of my coworkers. I have another call I have to take. Yeah, hold on 1 second. There you go. Thank you. Okay, Napa, listen to me. I know. I sound just like you because I am you. I'm a future vert. You don't have time for questions. Listen, you need to change sides. You need to fight with Kakarot versus Vegeta. Because, listen, Kakarot beats the crap out of you. He's way stronger. He's way stronger than you think he is. Okay? He's stronger than Vegeta. He beats the crap out of Vegeta. He even turns into a giant ape later on in this fight, and they still beat him, and they send him packing. Okay? You don't survive because Vegeta kills you. You need to change sides right now. No, listen. This is what you say. You say, you know what, Vegeta? I've been thinking about this, and I don't like the way that you treat people. I don't like the way that you treat me. I'm done working for you. And go stand behind Kakarot and power up. Kakarot will probably power up. Then you guys can take out Vegeta right now. If you don't listen to me, in about 5 minutes, Kakarot's going to break your back. You're going to be on the ground twitching, and then Vegeta's going to reach his hand out to you, pick you up, throw you into the air, and then destroy you with an energy blast. Is that what you want? I'm sure because I lived through it, man. Well, I died from it, and then you go to a place called the Home for Infinite Losers, and it sucks, and it's boring, and then I got resurrected, and now I work here with John. So just listen. You know how you always wanted a lady? Yeah, there's this lady named Bulma, and I know exactly how to get you to meet her, okay? She marries Vegeta later, but now she could marry you. Oh yeah, blue hair, she's cute. Exactly what you like. All right, so just change sides. When Vegeta's dead, call me back. All right. Oh man, I hope this works. You're gonna have the best life. Okay, bye. Talk to you soon. Thank you, John. I'm allowed to help myself live my dreams.
So I know that video did relatively well. And I have ways
that really tighten it up too.
Not just tighten it up. I know ways that we can improve it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I would love to have voice acting in it. I would love to add clips from the show in it. And when he's describing what's going to happen, literally have the clip play.
Yeah.
Have a clip of Bulma when he's describing Bulma. There's plenty of clips that we can try to find.
It'd be so great to have my Nappa talking to Popo's Nappa.
Yeah. Because while I can do that Nappa, it hurts so badly, and I'm not used to doing it. I'd rather have Popo do it just on the sheer fact that he can do it and go into it so quickly versus me who needs practice.
Yeah.
But I think that would be really cool. We tighten up the dialogue, we add in the voicing, and we toss in a couple clips. And then I I would love if the cliche of Nappa thinking his life, I know like part 2 is like, he immediately accepted it. I think it would be funny if during part 2, Nappa thought his life would immediately change, but instead his life got to stay the same. It's just a different version of him is living his dream. And it was like, God damn it, I wanted to be you. It was supposed to be me. Wait.
Yeah.
I think that would be hilarious for Nappa to be like, it's the wrong version of time travel.
Nappa.
Stop it, computer. Okay. Yeah, so we'll do this one now. This was part 2. Oh my god, I hate calls with the Klingons. It's nothing but, the Federation has this, the Federation has that. Why can't our Batmans be lightsabers? Why can't we have a Death Star? Just constant. It's supposed to be a half-hour call. It's 3 freaking hours. Have you seen Nappa? I need to check in with him on something.
Yeah. Last time I saw him, he was going to take an early lunch to go talk to himself. Whatever that means.
That's mildly concerning. Did you see where he went?
I don't really know, man. He went to the atrium and flew off like he usually does during lunchtime.
Oh, crap. That idiot better not be doing what I think he's doing. Computer, locate Nappa.
Nappa is located in the Dragon Ball universe on Earth.
That freaking idiot is personally interfering in a canon event.
Hey, what?
You heard me. Computer, recall Nappa. Now.
Recalling Nappa.
I can't freaking believe you. What did you think you were doing? Okay, John, just don't be mad. I'm not going to agree to not be mad until I know what the hell happened. Okay, so I went to the Dragon Ball Earth just to watch the fight. All right, that was all I meant to do. But then Goku was still losing to Vegeta, even with me on his side. So I just helped a little bit. Tell me you're kidding. I'm not, but it's not like I took some crazy weapon there and won the fight for them, okay? All I did was pull myself out of the way after Vegeta threw me into the air and tried to blast me with the energy blast. I just saved myself and gave myself a Senzu bean so that I was back at full strength. And then me and Goku, with me helping a little bit, we killed Vegeta. It was amazing, right? It was the best feeling in the world, John. I'm telling you. I mean, you should have seen that bastard's face. Anyways, holy crap! You can never get involved in a canon event like this again. Do you understand? Yeah, I know, John. I'm sorry, but this one was personal, right? And because I could help myself, I couldn't help myself. Okay, so then I assume this other you is back on the Dragon Ball Universe Earth, and he and Goku are friends now? No. After we killed Vegeta, Goku was still pretty upset at the other me for the deaths of Piccolo and Yamcha and the three-eyed Tien guy, and then the little Pokemon dude. What's his name? His name is Chaozu. Yeah, that's what he's called, the Chaozu. And then grievously injuring and almost killing his kid Gohan and his friend Krillin. So he wasn't feeling very forgiving. So I brought the other me. I took the other me somewhere else. What does that mean? It just means that he's somewhere else. Oh, no, Nappa, you take him back right now. John, come on, the poor guy, I've got nowhere else for me to go. Yeah, hi, is there a bathroom that I could use? No, there is not a bathroom you can use. Nappa, there can't be two of you here. The plumbing can barely handle one of you. Come on, John, just let other me take one crap. All right. The whole trip to Earth, he was in like a nutrient drip and a catheter. And then since he's been there, all he's been able to do is like poop in holes in the ground and wipe with leaves. Let him take one good one in a clean bathroom. No, don't come on John me. You take him back. God forbid you guys go to lunch, you both come back with the freaking mimic shits. What are the mimic shits? You shut up. Oh, you want to go, big man? Whoa, me. Settle down. What are you saying whoa for? I can take this guy. I would recommend listening to yourself and staying right there with your mouth shut. And you are going to fix this now. It's so raw compared to...
It is. And like I'm looking at it, and there's a lot of good parts and good sections in that video. Entire sections that I absolutely love that I don't want to change. Like Levi painting the Kermit thing or messing with that still needs to be in the video. Like Levi being obviously distracted and doing something so mundane and not like actually working. It fits so perfectly. And having something that like people can latch on and be like, what the fuck is he doing? Is also kind of nice. The conversation, most of the dialogue I would keep, except for the point where like Napa is explaining what happened. What I would like to see is a larger buildup. Like I still would love this entire part, but instead of it being part 2, it needs to be after Napa's done that after Napa's done all that stuff that he did as an expose instead. Like we see Napa do all that stuff instead. Like that long expose that Napa went in, instead of that being an expose, that's now in as part 2, and we get to see Napa do all that. We figure out a way, like Napa's sitting down watching himself. Oh, hold on, and then like we see the clip of Napa getting tossed in the air, and near Napa, and then all of a sudden we just see yoink, and it's easy to do that. Oh, what you do?
It's gonna be so hard to do that, man.
Oh no, it'd be pretty easy. All I'd have to do is take a still, have you go like that, and then like the still point just moves with your hand. I've learned how to edit it.
Okay.
It would be the biggest problem would be how long it would take to edit it versus like how to edit it, and it's gonna look weird, unless we had somebody animate you,
right?
Which we do not need to do. I think we have to choose. Do we want to do an expose, or we want to have even more fun with it and actually show the parts where Napa's having that adventure, which I think would do really well. We just have to figure out how we want to do that adventure.
So honestly, I still think it's better this way because you get what I'm thinking about with part 1 is having part 1 last a little bit longer. And have, instead of having Napa to have a conversation with himself loudly, he's kind of like in hushed tones. He's like, listen, this is what you got to do. All right. Tell Vegeta you don't like him anymore. Go stand behind Cat, whatever the line is, and like walk him through it and be like, and then have him be like, okay, well, you know what? Good luck. And I'll talk to you later. And then, click and like.
I just realized with part 2 and part 1, there's technically a discrepancy because in part 1, you told yourself to do it and reacted as if you had already done it. And so it had already changed the events. Yeah. And in part 2, you're saying that you went to watch the fight and then the fight still happened exactly as it did.
Right. So what I'm thinking is in part 1, he's talking to himself and he's like whispering and he's like, and then he goes, just do it. You know what? I'll even come help. All right. So just okay. All right. Good luck and have a good day. And Napa goes, man, John, that poor guy has no idea what's going to happen to him. Well, I'm going to go to lunch, and just takes off and leaves. And John's just like, okay. And then part 2 is John being like, and Levi goes, you okay over there? And John goes, yeah, but Napa's been gone for like an hour and a half. Like,
yeah, we can still have the conversation that, that was originally
he knows he has a half-hour lunch. And Levi goes, why don't you have the computer track him? John goes, yeah, computer locate Napa. And then maybe he gets a half-hour lunch, and John's like, he's been like 45 minutes. He's usually back right on time. The guy can freaking fly. And then, computer locate Napa. Napa is located in the Dragon Ball universe on Earth during the beginning of the Saiyan saga. I
like the
during the beginning of the final battle of the Saiyan saga.
I like the idea of like Levi having an idea that Nappa like popped off. He left and Levi just didn't care. I still like that idea. I was like, oh yeah, he left and said he had to do something here. I still love that idea of like, I love the idea of John reacting to Levi saying something so obvious, mundane to Levi, but John going, dude, as if Levi should have known, but didn't know and didn't care.
Yeah.
Because obviously there's always going to be that miscommunication in every job. And that's a perfect way to forecast that. Should Levi have known what's going on? Possibly, but it doesn't mean that he's going to either. He's not going to know every in and out. And Nappa popping off for a longer than normal lunch to Levi doesn't mean shit, because Levi has seen Nappa do, like, that's an insinuation that Nappa does this a lot. And so to Levi, it was nothing. And I would love there to be a line and be like, at what point did you not think to like stop Nappa from taking an extra long lunch? And Levi just stops and looks at John and like, at one point, is that not a normal thing for Nappa to do? And then you go, computer locate Nappa.
It'd be fun. So computer locate Nappa. Nappa is in the Dragon Ball universe on Earth. Nappa is in Dragon Ball Universe 7 on Earth. And John goes and calls Nappa. And Nappa goes something like, John, I can't talk right now. All right, other me, you, me, and Kakarot at the same time. All, energy beams. Like he's coordinating a battle against Vegeta. And John goes, what? And he hangs up. And John's like, computer, put Nappa on screen now. And then he's
so with that being said, I really like how we've got this formatted right now. Up to that point, we could figure out how we want to play it, but I think having Nappa with a background of that area, a static background or a moving background, doesn't really matter, would be the easiest way to edit it in.
Yeah.
Currently with our current skill set. And I don't have to figure out a way to pull them out. And you could literally just be like, no, me, get out of the way. Out of the way. And like, you know what? And then reach out and you don't see Nappa pulling him out of the way, but it's insinuated that he pulls him away. And then it cuts it. And you go, fuck. And that could be the end of that particular video. And then the next video is Nappa trying to explain why he did it.
Hold on. Just hear me out for the comedy aspect of it. John calls Nappa, and Nappa goes, John, I can't talk right now. And then you hear other Nappa go, are you me? Yes, I'm here to help. And John goes, wait. And then you hear that other Nappa goes, why are you so fat? And Nappa goes,
I like that.
And Nappa goes, I have a desk job. Leave me alone. Let's do this. The fuck you computer? Stop it. Okay. Oh yeah, I need to send a text real quick. Sorry.
You're good. I'm just sending a note in the general for us to take a swing back to this live stream and take a look at it, so we can so that can be written out and everything. And at that point, I'll wait until you're done here. This is really good. We're actually getting quite a bit done with like how we want to redo things, and we'll to everyone wanting to talk about the Gary skit. By the way, we'll talk about that in a minute. I want to actually like now I'm into working with this with Chris. I want to finish finish this up. At least get the 3 parts that are done, talked about and remade, and then we can like or not made, but like talked about and figured out how we want to possibly write it and script it and everything. And then that way Chris can turn around and reference the live stream and look at it and be like, okay, and then write it out. So at this point, that's part 1 is almost a shot for shot remake. It's just going to be updated slightly. Part 2, we're changing it so that like the things that are happening. At that point, I feel like that's a good button pause. If I'm going to be honest, right there, John reacting, and we know what's happening. We know that Napa shouldn't be doing it. We know John's reaction to it. We can do 1 of 2 button pauses right there. It can be fuck, and then Levi reacting, or that's a button pause. Or it could be fuck, and then Levi going, "What did he do now?" And then John explaining what he's doing. But I think the button pause of John going fuck or something like that, or having the reaction that he would have, is a good. That's the end of part 2. I personally think that would be a good end to part 2, and then part 3 leads into Napa going, "So I know I shouldn't have messed with the canon event, but I couldn't help. I could help me, and I couldn't help helping myself." That line that you had from the previous part 2, I absolutely love that line. That was funny. And I think if we started at that of Napa in the multiverse, or Napa multiple, whatever we wanted to call it, that as the part 3, because then we don't have to do the giant expose as like an expose. It could be as a joke. You couldn't just not let yourself die. No, I couldn't let myself die. And then that could lead into the and I even set him up with Boma. And you're just like, are you kidding? And I was like, it didn't work though. And you're like, what do you mean it didn't work? I was like, well, he's with Boma. Then how did it not work? I'm not with Boma. And you're like, did you think that this would correct your timeline?
Right. Don't you understand how this works, Napa? Just because you go back in time, go back in time, doesn't mean you change your current life.
I like that as the start of part 3. But what is the official part 3? Let's take a look at that one real quick.
Let me find it real quick.
Okay. Because I like that as the start, but I also want to make sure we add whatever part 3 that you had originally created. We figure out how to add it in.
It's titled The Forbidden Fusion. So here we go.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Where the hell did they go? Hey, Levi, have you seen either one of the Napas?
Last I saw either of them was about 10 minutes or so ago, heading towards the break room.
10 minutes? Great. They better not both be in the bathroom at the same frickin' time, or so help me God, I will beat one to death with the other one.
Oh, well, here comes one of them now.
Napa, come here. Yeah, John, did you need something? Why does your voice sound like... Oh my God, tell me you have not been off practicing the frickin' fusion dance. Oh, we have been, John. We are Napa, the fusion of Napa and Napa. It's not just adding the power levels together, man. It's like a force multiplier. It's center bumba, center energy. Or, you know what we mean. This is not good.
For you, maybe. For me, Oh, this is hilarious. This is a perfect time for a break.
I had forgotten what that was, and the fact that I did the fused Napa voices.
So that's perfect, actually. We could add to that. So I love that take. Nothing needs to change in it other than like remaking it so it's better quality.
Yeah.
I love the fact I'm laughing at it. I love everything up to the end. Up to the point where we get there, it needs to be like Napa realizing we have that talk of like it's not the proper thing. This is where Levi can pop in with the conversation, like while you two are why you're trying to explain like why his timeline wouldn't work. Levi can go, yeah, you're kind of SOL. You would have to effectively take the place of your Napa in order for you to get with Bulma, and even then, it's not really you anymore. And then that's where Napa gets the idea of like, oh, I've got to go for a moment. And you'd be like, no, you're not allowed to go anywhere. We're still talking. Okay. And then Napa goes, oh, man, I shouldn't have had that mimic. And you can be like, you can go. And instead, he went and fused.
And we can troubleshoot it and be like, Napa. And he goes, my name is Nanapapa. Nanapapa, you realize that this fusion lasts 30 minutes. What? Yeah, it lasts 30 minutes. Do you have any idea how often you're going to have to do the fusion dance to convince Bulma that you're one person who suddenly has this double voice?
So up to the part 3 being the exact same, we get to the point where it's at the end, and we add in the one part where it's like, oh, and as an added bonus, we are married to Bulma. And that's where you pointed out, I was like, no, the other Nappa's married to Bulma. And this ends in like 30 minutes, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Because doesn't Goku fuse with himself in the series at some point too now? Was that an actual thing that happened? They fused? Because if that's not happened yet, then we could add in that it should have ended in 30 minutes, but it didn't.
No, he did not. So there was a thing called Super Dragon Ball Heroes, which was a series that was made to promote a game, I believe. And there were Goku and Vegetas from different universes that got pulled into the same situation. So Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku and Dragon Ball GT Super Saiyan 4 Goku were fighting together against somebody, but they never fused as far as I know.
So perfect. That allows us for you to go, yes, this is perfect. So this is perfect. So we have that point where you point out that not married to Bulma thing, because like Nappa says, and the best part is we're married to Bulma. You pointed out that it ends in 30 minutes, and then Nappa stops for a second. Oh yeah, wait. What am I supposed to do if it lasts longer than 30 minutes? And you go, we contact the doctor. No, let Levi say that. Just nonchalant. If your fusion lasts longer than 30 minutes, you should probably contact the doctor. And you just go, wrong type for that type of joke. Please tell me it hasn't like you've got to be panicking. Please tell me you haven't been fused longer than 30 minutes. And then they go, John, it's been like 2 hours.
or now John goes, you realize that fusion lasts only 30 minutes. And Nappa goes, and Nappa goes, no, it doesn't. How long have you been fused? About 2 hours. Levi goes, please see a doctor right now. Or no, Nappa goes, just about 4 hours.
That's where Levi goes,
go see a doctor right now.
I have to say the whole line. I was like, oh, man, you should definitely go see a doctor for that. If it lasts longer than 4 hours, it's definitely a problem.
Yeah.
And John just turns to Levi like, did you seriously just make that joke? Levi just goes, and Nappa's got to be giggling as well.
Yeah.
That could be the button marker for that one too.
Yeah.
That could honestly be that's the button. And then that would allow us to like see what people think and then decide a part 4 from there.
Yeah, so no one has ever fused with themselves. The closest would have been in Dragon Ball Super. There was a bad guy named Zamasu.
Yeah, I remember that.
Who cloned Goku, but that clone was like his own DNA, but with Goku's powers to look like Goku. And the two of them fused rather, which gave Zamasu his like godlike original power because it was effectively Zamasu cloning, fusing with Zamasu.
Only because of DNA thing. And they did it with the earrings, not with the fusion dance.
Correct.
So this would still allow us to do this, have fun with it. And then that's a button point where like, we could, that joke is a perfect button point.
Yeah.
Of us just giggling and John going, no, this isn't a funny moment. This is serious. And then that's a button point. Let people comment and we can figure out part 4 from there. Ultimately, I would love to see it that down the road, depending on what the chaos in between is, but like they get separated, they go back to their thing, and then Nappa learns that like you sent him back to the moment before he helped them, so it fixed the timeline. And Nappa just goes, I'm still mad at you for that. And you're like, yeah, canon event, bitch. I like that quite a lot, and we can discuss more. But up to that point, that's the remake done effectively, and then we can figure out how we want the middle to be and wear out, depending on how that goes. I think doing this remake would work out really well too.
I agree.
So I have that noted. Ho here wants to talk about Gary, the Gary video idea that we had during the live stream. Because I can pull that up. Because I believe that was was that last night's live stream, or was that that was the morning. So that was
Xena, if you're still on here, I just saw your message on Fourth Wall. I'm sorry I didn't respond to that earlier, but I'm glad the card showed up.
214. So that's dinner. That was the dinner one. Okay, so I click that. And we're gonna go. If I can get that separated. There we go. Give me a moment to get that area pulled up, and then I can have you watch that. 1 hour, 10-minute marker. 1 hour, 10 minutes. That was almost the end of the live stream. Yeah, okay. Okay. So present my screen. You're on Fourth Wall fixing merchandise, I'm taking it?
I'm actually ordering some polos for myself for the game manufacturers event I'm going to.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to stop sharing. Hold on. I got to present my screen, share my screen, and add in the audio. He's been grumpy today. Dude. Man, I had one hell of a... This guy I found. Oh.
I don't remember that being a color. Groovy, dude. Oh, wow. When is the last time I said groovy? God damn. Oh, that's what this reminds me of.
So I wound up.
He'll grow up one day and it will be bittersweet. Dude, I've got a problem.
Here it is.
Dude, I've got a major problem. Yeah, Gary, what's up? I desperately need, and I can't stress this enough, for you to deliver me, it'd be so excellent, a blood pudding. But or some of those corn flakes with the John was mentioning them, sent over pack, but like they're gone now. Gary? Yeah, dude, what's up? You good? Yeah, man, I had the most excellent of night. It was totally tubular with a bunch of surfer dudes. But like when I munched on one of them, oh God. Oh, that's a color I don't recognize. Wow. Gary. Yeah, man. Man, I feel, man, last time, this is, dude, you should totally see this, man. It is groovy. Oh, that's what's going on. Yeah, Gary, I'm going to have to hang up.
So I like that idea. It's very, very raw in that form right now. But I love the idea of Gary calling in, and obviously, like I've mentioned before, I need work on holding the voice because you could hear that I dropped the voice a couple times. But I love the idea of having Gary's voice and having it doesn't need to be Levi. I think John reacting to it would be just as funny. But Gary being high because he drank blood is also one of those things where people have talked about that. Would a vampire season their human? I can't hear you. There we go. Gary, how high are you? Yeah. See, Levi's character would totally just not deal with Gary like that. That's Gary. Gary is not Levi's friend.
Right.
He's definitely more of John's friend. So John would be more willing to deal with a high Gary than Levi would be. And I feel like there's potential there to have that exact question of John going, Gary, exactly how high are you? And I think that would be hilarious. Does blood pudding have garlic in it? I'm not sure. I would have to look that up. I've never made it. Some of them do, but most of them do not. So there we go. Gary wants to have his own cereal with the face on his box. Gary Grams. I've heard that one be commented before. I've seen that comment before. Maybe not necessarily in the same way, but yeah. When we were talking about the cornflakes before that got brought up. Well, what do you think? Having doing a broke vampire callback of the cornflakes, having the delivery thing. It's a nice, really deep callback.
Yeah.
Without having to worry about the jokes not hitting the audience, because these are very obvious, funny, easy to do jokes that you can understand even without watching the previous callbacks.
Right.
I love that idea of having a drunk or high or whatever Gary the broke vampire giving you a call back. I would love it if you even do the I didn't know, and like you end the call like I didn't know you could season humans.
Yeah.
And then it's even better. I didn't know you could season humans. Levi, what? I need you to go into R&D right now. Why? It's just like that's just so, and then that could be the button push right there. That's a pretty, I like that. That's 2-hour 40 marker. For us to reach back around and like make that script. I really like that idea. I'd love that to. What do you think? Honestly, it's up to you. What do you think?
I like the dialogue. I'm curious to get sample audios from several different people, just to kind of get an idea of what voice do we like. Between yourself, Popo, maybe voice that I can try, and a couple other voice actors we used for the voice of a vampire who still has like a hint of a vampire's voice to him, but sounds like he's been out in the world for a long time. That make any sense?
It does. So my Gary is based on, like we discussed it at the time, Bill and Ted 90s surfer type Gary.
Yeah.
Who latched onto it. I had discussed earlier, and we scrapped it. For those who don't know, we scrapped a version of Gary that ultimately was the vampire that kept switching dialects and accents while speaking. Because of the thing, somebody who has been around a long time, or
right.
multilingual people, where they will sometimes do that without meaning to. And I found the idea funny. Chris found the idea distracting. And I also agreed that at the time it would have been distracting, especially with me doing the voicing, because I couldn't pick the times. Because the moment I started doing it, there were times where my brain clicked off. And so it was really difficult. And we had a time crunch that we wanted this out at. So we ultimately went with a specific voice versus the different takes. I'm not sure the one whose mind here happy about. I love the first bite. It sounds like a Love at First Bite reference with Gary getting high from a pothead. Dracula got drunk from a homeless guy once in that movie. Oh, that's funny. I didn't know that. Dan suggested Brokeback Vampire likes playing with his food. I'm so sorry. So who all do you have as an idea to do Gary the Broke Vampire voices besides me?
I'd like Popo to try it because he did a decent job with Strahd, I thought.
Popo. Who else?
It's a great question. I'm not even sure. I haven't thought about it.
Do we want to see if Alec has some time? Like, we've been trying to work with Alec for the Freddy thing, and it fell through. He wasn't responding and stuff, and he's had a lot of real life stuff going on, so I don't really blame him. Do we want to reach out to see if he's available?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, Alec. Who else? I feel like we need a couple more people to really draw from.
Yeah.
We give them that cue of like, here's a line that I need you to say, and I want you to say it like this. So we would need a line. I like the dialogue from the live stream. You did too. So we'll use the dialogue from the live stream, create a line from that.
Yeah.
The voice actor, the actor that voiced Deadpool. Okay. So the problem, like, I don't mind contacting him. That's not Jalsum isn't an issue to contact. I can get a hold of him, and within a relative decent amount of time, he'd have something back for me.
Right.
The problem is the quality. And one of the reasons I haven't gone back and done that Deadpool video is because it's a good video. It really is. It would be better if it was animated. So I might go and make the video and react and do it because it needs to be done. But I know as I was editing it and putting the voicing and having the spacing so I could react to it, I was like, I hate this. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to react. You're going to see me. You're going to hear all the voicing. And there's going to be people who like this style of video. But overall, this style of video, 4 minutes of this is boring.
Yeah.
There needs to be cuts and changes. We need to see Deadpool. And the one person that I created the video for, honestly, with them in mind, didn't want to do it / wasn't available to do it. Like, part of him wanted to do it, but another part of it, like, he admitted that it was a little bit more adult than he cared for.
Yeah.
But it was also, he didn't have time to do it. He was willing to work with us and do the video.
Yeah.
But he didn't have time for it, and like, it wasn't something that he wanted to set time aside for because it was more adult than he cared for. And I was okay with that. I was like, that's understandable. But that also means that, like, even though the lines still work for whoever decides to act it, as somebody who created something, when you have a specific person in mind for that character or that role, you don't want to change it, even if the lines work for somebody else. You're like, oh, God, I have to find somebody that can do that style of humor now and go with that. And I don't have somebody that could realistically do that.
Right.
That wouldn't want to get paid a lot of money that we don't have.
Yeah.
Swiper's voice actor. Yeah, I suppose. Do you think Josh would want to do that?
I don't know. It's a great question.
Because that's not a. I don't think it's a joke that he wouldn't tell. I think he might be willing to do that.
It's a good question. Joshua.
IIWH. That's a total of 4 people trying out the part, but we don't know if Alec or Josh would be willing to jump in on it. Derek, which is Popo's friend, he does Stitch's voice.
Yeah.
Might as well give him the opportunity to try for it too. And I don't know anyone else that we could, and this is going to sound bad, that we could depend on showing up and doing it.
Right. I'm going to turn my camera off for a second because I need to make a purchase.
Okie dokie. I'm also going to remove your thing from the... I can't remove it. I can't stop presenting the thing. You'd have to stop sharing. There you go. Now we don't have to worry about it though. BRB gonna grab some tea. All right. We are nearly 3 hours into streaming, and this has been fun. But this is I now no longer know. I don't have the. How did the Lex video do, anyways? Actually, now I'm thinking about that. Oh, that did nearly 10K views on a channel that was pulling in. I think that would have done so much better during one of our popular moments. That sucks. That's the most viewed video in like 2.5, 3 weeks. That's because our views were down.
What is
the Lex video? If you go to look at the shorts, because it was a short, it's sitting at 9,600, and like
from the old show on Sci-Fi that hasn't been on the air for 10 years?
No, Lex Luthor video that I did.
Okay. That's been LEXX.
Yeah. We were talking about that earlier, but like since pretty much February, how did everyone pressed accept do better than that's whatever? Since January 28th, it's one of the actual skits that have done the best as far as a short goes. On YouTube, I don't know how well it did on TikTok or Facebook. So let's take a look how well it did on those channels. Let's take a look on Instagram real quick. 4,500 on Instagram. Facebook. Without turning it into a reel, it did 10K views by itself, and it's over 1:30, so it's not even a reel. Wow, that's actually done. That did really well on Facebook then.
So here's the fun thing about merch. I don't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're good.
The polos on Spreadshop are still the best quality ones that we found, in my opinion.
5,100. So are those the ones that you sent me last time that have my logo on that's stitched?
No, those are from Fourth Wall. But the logos from the ones from the polos from Spreadshop have a really nicely printed logo right here.
Printed.
That has never faded, and I've washed it a crap ton of times. And so I'm actually ordering. Thank you, Jimmy Banthrow. I'm actually ordering those polos for myself for the show because they're, I think, the best quality ones we've found. It's the one thing about Spreadshop that is why I've left it open. Because I'm like, if I want more polos, I want to get them from there.
And that's with the new logo, right?
The new logo is in review, so I'm ordering 3 shirts with the old logo. And if the new logo is put out of review in time for me to order it with express shipping to get it before I leave next Sunday, then yes, I'll order those also.
Eventually, we like to everyone here that wants to, because I know that's going to be a question that gets asked eventually because it's been asked before. The Member Solutions logo isn't changing for the time being, just because in order to change the Member Solutions logo, we have to update the Hero Support logo. Because Member Solutions either A, has to have its own personalized logo and we don't have to worry about Hero Support, or we do the same thing that we originally wanted to do, which was a Hero Support logo with the Villain Support on there. I would love it if it's a Hero Support logo and then the mask of Villain Support is on the Hero Support, which would be a really nice, easy combination of the two.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that justifying paying $200-300 to remake this, to turn around and it's really hard to justify that.
I agree.
We sell enough merch of both member solutions and villain support that I don't really mind. Oh, by the way, we really need to update our D&D merch when we get a chance to have like pictures and stuff, because I noticed somebody took some of the sayings that have, honestly, they're not copyright, so it's not a big deal. Of the D&D sayings of, you know, what you are for your alignment. And they did a similar thing as we did, only instead of the circle design with just the text, they did the text here, and then they did an AI design of a dragon here and whatnot. I'm like, yeah, it's something we discussed. But we wanted it to be like actual art versus AI.
And it's not selling great on TikTok Shop either.
And I noticed that they're not selling a whole lot of their shirts
now.
Once people found out that they do mostly AI art, I think the reason why they make so much money.
Well, those polos are coming to you. They're actually going to your old address. Shit.
You can cancel it, right?
I'm gonna try to right now.
Because they'll eventually find their way to me, hopefully.
Oh man.
Because like the last time I had a package that was sent out to my old address, it went to my old address instead of getting forwarded to me like it was supposed to. You might want to delete that address too.
Cancel the order. I'm going to cancel the order right now. I'm going to change my address. Cancel order.
Good thing you noticed it. Like I don't see why you would have an issue canceling when you barely put in the order.
It's canceled already. Yeah, it happened. That was easy. All right, cool. Let's try this again.
I don't know if the old landlord is still the landlord, to be honest. We haven't gone back there much. Periodically we've gone over there to like see things, and like things haven't really changed, so I wouldn't be surprised. But they mentioned they had an investor / somebody they wanted to sell it to. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if somebody gets that house. They look at how bad the house actually is, and they just decide to bulldoze it.
Could be.
And honestly, if the house does get torn down, I want to be there so I can take a picture in front of it and be like, as horrible as that is, I really want that for my own personal collection. Okay, do we want to, Chris? Quick question.
Do we have to, Chris?
Yeah, we have to. Do we want to stay live for a little bit longer? Or do we want to end the live and just talk personally about scripts and whatnot?
Your call.
To everyone here, it has been 3 hours. You guys have stayed on the stream. You've been on. We got 9 people still on Twitch, which is awesome. Have you guys seen any ads, by the way? Actually, before we do anything, have you guys had ads pop up at all? Because I have not seen a warning for an ad yet, but I might have missed it as well. No ads for you. So it might have been something. Oh, hold on. Okay. Does it show in here? I don't have it set up to automatically. I can't hear you.
The ads aren't going to run yet because there's no payout method set up yet.
Actually, they will. I'll explain to you.
Okay.
I know everyone on YouTube and whatnot wondering what's going on. And I'll explain to it in a minute once it ends. Ad break ended. Your community is back. There we go. Okay. So here's the thing. Let's switch screens because I hate being on that side. So, God damn it. Stop it. I have it set up to manually add it, kind of like what I would do in YouTube. Here's the issue with that. I don't have a way to click and have everything play ads all at the same time, right? And I don't want to set it to automatically. So it is nice because it means like I can play an ad specifically when I want to play it, which is what I did on Twitch. Did you guys get that ad, by the way? Because it said that it played it. And I have to, of course, wait, I think 30 minutes. No one got it. But I did the ad break. Do you guys not get anything?
If they're all subscribers. No. Subscriber. They can't subscribe yet, right?
It doesn't work on Cosmic where you're all getting asked questions. It's okay. See, don't worry about it. Well, I saw the message or warning on my thing. And but it didn't pop up as like an actual chat. It popped up in Twitch only. Like I've got Twitch pulled up. We've got 92 followers, by the way, on Twitch now.
Cool.
Damn, that's really good. We have 3,000 kilobytes a second bit rate. What is that? 3 megabytes? That's horrible. My bit rate's supposed to be that low?
Jeez, all the comments are Twitch now. That's crazy.
Yeah, because I asked everyone on Twitch if they got an ad.
Yeah.
Come on here too. Yeah. So that's weird. But it is good to know that like we can manually insert the ad when we want to. But it might be something set up automatically, and that way we don't have to. It's just every half hour it sends us a message. But the problem I have here is that I clicked it. It sent a message in chat, but it sent the message in chat, and the message did not port over to StreamYard. So here's how this is probably going to go going forward, because I do a lot of streaming from StreamYard on my phone, which means I can't edit it. You guys didn't get a message. You guys didn't see the thing. And yeah, I could have, I could do a lot of things on YouTube for ads. Over on Twitch, what I'm probably going to have to do for the time being is have it be automatic. It's going to be a 1.5 minute ad break every 30 minutes. That is the best way. This way, I don't have to automatically do it, or I don't have to manually set it up. And then on YouTube, I'm not going to run the ads until after the stream, because at least for the breakfast streams. Now, when we're streaming on only Twitch, we'll run manual ads. We'll make sure, and if we forget about that, I'm sure somebody will say something. We'll be like, oh, okay. This way, we can run an ad break when we need a break. We can be like, it's been 30 minutes. Me and Chris are going to take a moment to breathe. Here's a 5-minute break. It will run an ad for a minute or two. And when we get partnership, you can run longer ads and choose more. But for affiliate, This is what our options are right now. So that's what we're going to do. And I think the 1.5 for 3 minutes, or if we want to do 5 minutes, whatever it may be, we'll figure it out. Because you can, where'd it go? Here it is. If I choose manual and I choose potential revenue increase, how many minutes of video ads do you want? I can do 5 minutes. And it would play a 1.5 minute break at every 18 minutes. When you become a partner, from what I understand, you can actually modify that. So it can be like a 5-minute thing of ads, and it's just us taking a break for 5 minutes. But for now, since we can't do that, the 1.5, a minute and a half ad break every 30 minutes is probably the best one. And I'll just have it set up automatically. We're here for you guys, whatever works out. I know, but at the same time, I want to be able to control when the ads play so that me and Chris can take a break, or Chris can take a break, set the ad, and we can walk away and stretch and move and stuff like that. And you guys can watch the ads. And if you're not watching an ad or you don't get ads because you pay for that ability to not have to watch ads, something like "We'll be right back," like this.
Yeah.
Will play. And I think this, can you guys still hear us when this is on right now?
I can hear you.
You can. Well, I know you can hear me, but I don't know if they can. Yeah. So they
yes.
can still
At least on Twitch they can.
Yeah.
On Twitch they can.
And that's something that with
and on YouTube.
With Streamlabs, Streamlabs, we can actually set up so they can't hear us. It automatically mutes our mic for the stream, but not necessarily us, which is a benefit. But it's also not like we can't on StreamYard. We're on StreamYard and things are set up automatically. We can't like mute ourselves and then walk away and set all the ads to play and we'll be back in 5 minutes. Like we'll create one that says a 5-minute one because I think a 5-minute break for everyone, swing back is probably the best bet because it gives us a moment, gives the stream a moment to rest after, an hour or two, whatever it is. Everyone, I would love to stay and chat. We've done a lot today on stream. I think at this point, it's I just want to chat with Chris and figure out the plan of action for skits. So I'm going to do my closing. We'll do the Acme Day. And then, Chris, I don't know if you've been part of the streams lately and see me do the additional closing I do.
I have not.
So you'll get to hear that. So first of all, have an Acme Day. If you guys don't remember, have an Acme Day is have the best day possible. Have an Acme Day is a product of Zillow. Have an Acme Day to retroactively build to your account. Have an Acme Day. I want you guys to all to remember to take it one breath, one step, one day at a time. I wish you all peace of mind, serenity, abiding spirit, and harmony among others. And until the winds blow your sails my way, have a great day.
That was the Boy Scout salute that I just did. I don't know why.